Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
Whoop. Let me get rid of that.
Love that thumbnail.
I couldn't tell who was who.
You can't? Hang on a minute.
Wait,
Let me share it.
Andy and Art don't look like Andy and Art. The rest of them I can figure out.
Let's see here.
Hey, you can't trust AI, Billy. How many times do I have to tell you?
Dude, I know that. I'm not a fan. I like to use it for promotion.
I thought Graham's was the only one that when it spit out the image, the first one I went to was Graham, and I go, I don't know who that guy is. But if you take the hats off, Aaron.
Oh yeah, with the hat, I'll show with the hats off.
Yeah, show it with the hats off, because the hats off.
I mean, mine looks. I mean, I look better looking than I do in real life, but I can tell that's me.
Well, I mean, you know,
Andy, that doesn't look like you at all. Art doesn't look like you.
Show him the one with the hats
Billy
off.
kind of
Hang
looks
on.
like Billy.
It doesn't look like me though either. I don't think. Let me see. Hang on.
Look, I uploaded.
Like Paul
What's up,
Lynn.
everybody? How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody? This was all done very last minute.
Very last minute. There you go. We got some people watching us here.
Oh, that is so low. Oh, there it is. Aaron, I think that's pretty good. Billy's is
mine
good.
looks okay, but I don't think the rest of you guys. Billy's
get
okay.
out of here. That's Art. That's me.
Oh, it is not without the with the hair. Yes, okay.
Without the hats, I think Graham's is still a little funky.
Yeah,
but it's close enough.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh, here we go. We got a couple of guys. Darren Wagner is asking, just like what you asked, Aaron. Hey, is that a robe? What is Billy
what are you wearing, Billy? It's kind of gay.
Sweater.
I'm just saying, it's kind of gay. It's
a little. That's not gay.
It's not.
Did you
get
get
a nice
that
sweater like that too?
It had a button, and the button.
Well, the fact that he's not wearing anything underneath it makes.
Hey, I'm not wearing a thing. Look.
Oh, he meant from the waist down. You're not wearing.
Oh no, I'm not wearing anything.
That's why he's chilly. Look at you, Aaron. You're all bundled up there.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I get cold, which happens right around November, I don't get warm until April. So I dress like this around the house. I'm freezing all the time.
You are very stylish. Look at your shirt's wide open. You got 2 t-shirts on.
No, I got a shirt. I got my lumberjack, plaid here, and then the leather coat I got for the bomber jacket I got for Christmas, and then my Newsies hat that Shelly got me a few years ago.
I like that jacket.
You should put a razor.
Big cigarette.
Yep, put a razor blade in it.
I do like that jacket.
It's very nice.
It is nice. It's got a very Indiana Jones vibe to it.
Yeah, I haven't had one of these in a long time, and I was like, that was on my head of my Christmas list. Like, get me a leather jacket.
Can we call you Dr. Jones?
I don't think I had one anymore.
I had when I was young, and I got a lot of chicks, and so I was like, maybe.
There you go.
What are you trying to tell Shelly? I had one when I was young, and I got a lot of chicks. Hey, Shelly, get me a leather brown bomber jacket.
I'm trying to get Shelly interested in me. Is what I'm trying to do.
I don't know. I think
ship has sailed, my friend.
I don't know. I think you were telling her, hey, I used to get a lot of chicks in my leather jacket, and I'm going to be going to Albuquerque at the end of the month.
Little did I know I wasn't going to Albuquerque at all.
And what is that a fake cigarette? What the hell do you have in your what?
It's a fake cigarette. Remember when we did our European episode?
Oh yeah,
that was European comics. Remember?
Yeah, so I had to make a cigarette, and it's still sitting here, so I still,
Yeah, I don't have my fake cigars or my fake.
Like when I was a kid, we used to walk around with fake cigarettes and hey, we're smoking,
Yeah, I don't have my fake pipe around, so.
Yeah.
So I am curious. I'm in North Carolina, so technically, I'm further south than all you guys. 14 degrees.
Curious?
14 degrees here this morning. What was it where you guys are when you got up?
Mid 30s, closer to 40 degrees this morning.
It was
warmer this morning.
It was about 12 by me.
No, it's been it's been below freezing here at night, but it's completely dry though, so it's no big deal. We don't have any snow or freezing rain or anything like that.
There you go. We got Scott Jonesy, who is a descendant of one of the 24th foot at Rourke's Drifts, the Welshman. Tally ho, Welshman. Good to see you.
Oh, the Welshman.
He's like, I am not Welsh. He's half Scottish and half English.
Well, there you go. I don't know what that means, but congratulations.
It means he's full of a lot of hate.
Is that what it means?
Well, I remember. So here's
Well,
a
I'm
funny
not
story.
either of those, and I'm filled with a lot of hate.
Years ago,
The angriest person I know.
I'm a comic book artist. I'm supposed to be filled with a lot of hate.
Yeah.
angst, and
Well, apparently, I don't know if you guys been, watching the whole Scott Snyder secret chat room thing, where apparently there's a lot of hate from creators towards other creators. Who would have thought?
Oh yeah, because of how well Absolute stuff's doing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, there was a private chat room that got exposed that they were all just bitching about Scott Snyder, and even some of the people that are actually working for Scott on this ultimate what's it called?
Absolute
The Absolute
universe that he
Absolute.
created, I guess. We're bitching about him, and it's funny, all the backstabbing that's continually going on. And I don't remember any of this when I first broke in. Everybody was got along with everybody, and there was no backstabbing trying to steal people's jobs. There was none of that stuff going on, or at least not a lot of it. But now it seems to be
there was a few bitches. There was. But do you have a link to that secret room, or is like someone sharing it?
No, everybody's been talking about it though. So, and releasing watched Clownfish TV did something on it recently, and there was some other people talking about it as well.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I've heard a lot of them. I like Scott a lot, so I've had some good times with him. But
I don't know.
Sorry, there he is, Scott Jones. Sorry, he's half Irish and half in English. You fuck. So yes, fuck is allowed. See, Andy, fuck is allowed.
Oh, there you go.
And our 3-month-old daughter has a U.S. passport and an Irish passport and a British passport. She's set for life. So here's a funny story, and let's get back to pros bitching about each other. But we went to London for the London Comic-Con a few years ago. Scott Snyder was there, a bunch of us, and we went on this tour. Scott wasn't on this tour with us. Johnny Jr. was there, Frank Thierry, a bunch of people. And we went on a tour of the Jack the Ripper tour. Right?
Oh, really? That would be interesting.
And we're going around it, and so a couple of guys would come around, and we were all looking around and stuff like that. And I remember the guy just goes, "I love New Yorkers," because the guy came by, he's like, "Excuse me, Mike, can we?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." That's how we all were. Get the fuck out of here right now. Just get out of here. Get out. And the guy meekly, he's like, "No, what, mate?" Like, "Get out of it. Beat it. Get the fuck out of here." And she's like, "Oh, I love New Yorkers."
Beat it.
Well, not all from New York, but I remember, so we're all doing this Ripper tour, and we're in, in the Whitechapel area and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then one of the guys in the tour, who wasn't one of us, because there was other people. It was a small private tour, but maybe three other, tourists. Yeah. And the guy goes, "Yeah, this is great." He goes, "But are there any English people around?" Because we're in London. We were the only white people there. And the lady goes, "Oh, it was a Thursday night. It was a banker's holiday." And they goes, "Oh, yes, we're going to be heading over to a pub, and you'll see them all there." And what do you know? We walked in that pub, and it was all England.
Oh, no. Marcus says Kickstarter is down.
So what does that mean?
Somebody go to that, and let's see. Hey, real quick, if you don't mind, I got a coffee, $5 from Randy Howell. Tip. Thank you. Here's $5. Your next comic is on me when you visit your comic shop tomorrow. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it. I don't know why you two schmoes haven't signed up for a coffee.
I have a Ko-Fi. I have a coffee or whatever. I have the account. I just don't know how to make people aware of it. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, how does
it's called copying your link and sharing it, and pasting it, like copy your link, paste it into X, and go, "Hey guys, here's my coffee account. Check it out and follow."
All right, let me see.
Well, yeah, but people take like super chat money,
coffee.com,
on their YouTube channels now, right? I mean, that's what Katie did keep saying, but I don't understand it.
No,
did you log in with Twitter, with Google, with Facebook, or Twitch, or your email?
My email. I created a new account with my email.
I got to find out what my email is attached to my YouTube channel and to my X account, because they're all different.
And my coffee page is ko-fi.com/AndySmithArt. See, Aaron, I'll show you how to do it. Copy.
And okay, so you copy the page link, and then you just like pin it on your top of your chat or something, or you put it in the description of the video, or what do you do?
See, I'm not a mod, Billy. I can't do it there.
You're a mod. You're not a mod. Okay, how do I make you?
Dude, it literally just said I can't.
I'll do the kicks. I can do the Kickstarter thing if you want to do the coffee thing. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. Add you to it.
I'll just do it on Rumble. Here, I'll put a comment in.
Yeah, here's Kickstarter. Look,
a mod.
Boy, they're all batting 1,000 these days, huh? Indiegogo, Kickstarter. My God.
Wow. Okay, Billy, I just commented on YouTube, so go to the YouTube channel wherever.
Okay.
Must be Pop XP, and make me a mod on the Pop XP.
Okay, I got to see if I could sign into the YouTube channel on the Pop. Let me see. Hang on. View your channel.
Right.
Oh God.
Anyhow, yeah, Aaron, that's all you do. Like on the home here. In fact, I'll just do this. Let me go to my page. So here, Billy, if you wouldn't mind, share this screen.
Okay.
Do a lesson on Ko-Fi.
There you go.
So this is my coffee.
Right. Sure.
Coffee page.
Yeah.
Now, is it coffee or is it Ko-Fi?
It's coffee.
Okay.
Because their icon's coffee.
Okay. All right.
So it's coffee. So you can change your cover image. Got my profile pic.
All right. Very nice.
You can do a one-time donation or monthly. That's like I'm literally on the page like somebody looking at it. So like
right. Yeah, I recognize it because I have this.
Yeah, and then I've got my about, and then you can set up a gallery. So I've got some stuff up. I've got a welcome message, which is pinned to the top. I don't have an intro video, but I might add one. And then, I need to go in here more. And then, this is from Randy, $5, and it goes right to PayPal. Like I already got the PayPal notification.
Okay, so all right, yeah, but okay, I understand this part. I've got this part, but then it's like, so are you, when you do your live streams, are you linking this to your live stream somehow?
I need to put it in the description of my live streams. I'm glad we're talking about it because I need to do that. And after tonight's show, I'm going to put it in the description.
Well, gosh darn it, there it is.
Box of my live streams. Yeah.
There you go. Sean Allen says you got 5 donations in 3 years.
Now, did you attach it to
your
it's
only been account? About a month.
Did you attach it to your X account, or do you have your own account?
No. When I signed up for it, we'll stop sharing the screen and let me look, and I'll tell you.
My X account is not the my X account is not the same as my Twitter. Like my X account is not the same as, it's an old email for X because I did it like 12 years ago and I didn't use it until like 5 years ago, X, or 4 years ago.
Dude, I'll be honest. I don't remember. Like when I went to it and I went to the create an account or whatever it is, like you haven't done it yet, Billy. So tell me, when you go to the Ko-Fi homepage or share the screen, just act like you're going to set it up and let it see.
Password.
Look what Jerry Rasco put. He said, so tonight's topic is old guy tech support.
Yeah.
No, we're just getting warmed up. We're just, kind of loosening up a little bit here.
I'm trying to add my password. Do you have to add like another feature to it?
So, dude, I set it up. I don't remember. I might have set it up through Twitter. I don't.
While you guys are talking about that, let me say completion. All orders have been filled for Wraith of God 3 Fear Hollow.
God bless.
Woo! That's campaign number 5, completely filled. And once again, screwed up a few orders, but my customer service is excellent and I'm fixing them right away. So there
Why
you
doesn't
go.
this let me choose my password?
Man, I got no idea.
Do they choose a password for me? I don't want to use their password.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, if Google suggests one, it's good, but
I just watched this yesterday.
Oh, how is it?
Well, it's kind of a fluff piece, but it's nice. I mean, they interview a lot of people that talk about how great Frazetta is, and they interview Frazetta, and he talks about how great he is, and but it's all about the art, baby.
So Graham is still under the weather from last night. That's why he wasn't on the Kings. And Art is having power electrical issues in Texas. So yeah.
Why is this not letting me fucking? What is going on here,
dude? Share the screen. I don't know.
I'll share it.
Like
Look,
if I'm
trying to.
Like Aaron, when you set up your coffee account, do you remember under like create an account? Did it say like link Twitter or X or whatever? Or did you just go, here's my email address, create a password?
I just all I've got is like the Ko-Fi, the actually coffee page.
No, but when you created it,
yeah, I don't remember there being anything else in there.
That's what I'm saying, Billy. Why can't you just put in like your email?
I'm trying
and then
to
create a password. And then it will probably say confirm your password.
Now, by golly, I will share this screen and you fucking tell me.
I will.
All right, look.
We got to get to some news.
Yeah. I know we got to get to the news. We got to talk about Sal Buscema too. Here it is, right?
Yeah.
Trying to
favorite Sal Buscema works.
Okay, so what's your problem here, Billy?
I'm trying to look. Don't look at that. Oh, choose your own. All right, I'm gonna start hanging out.
There's his password. It's too late.
No. It's asked me to choose my own. Now I'm gonna choose my own. Okay, let's see now.
Just create a new password.
Yeah,
Billy.
just type in a new create a password and then click create account.
It did not give me that option before.
Billy, why don't you post your social security and all your bank account information as well?
Oh my God! Confirm the stream submission. Please provide a password. Choose your own. I want to choose my own password. Oh, do I have to have like an exclamation point or something?
Samurai, you're welcome. Thank you very much for supporting the campaign. Appreciate it.
All right, here we go. I accept. Oh, you son of a bitch. All right, I'll use that password. Whatever that stupid word is. And I guess when I get in, I can change it, right?
Yeah.
Sure you can, Billy.
I mean, most people can. You may not be able to.
It will be saved to. Oh, so it's going to my other one. Oh, because I have another email. That's what it is. I probably already signed up to that one.
Yeah, it probably auto-filled that password.
Can we do something interesting now?
Yeah, can we please
move on from this?
You don't want to start the whole coffee.
I just asked a simple question.
Okay. Before we get to real news, yeah, let's give a tip of the hat. So Sal Buscema, I read the official post on a family member posted on his page on Facebook, and he passed on Saturday, not Friday.
Okay.
Well, now, how old was Sal?
He would have been 90 years old yesterday.
How old was Big John when he passed away?
John's 8 years older. So how long ago was it? John was like 70 something.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, he wasn't that old.
I'll tell you one thing I learned today. I did not know this. Sal's first work at Marvel, when it was Marvel, so I don't know if he did stuff before, his first work was inking Silver Surfer 4. I didn't know that.
Wait a minute. That's his very first job was Silver Surfer #4 when he inked Big John?
Yep.
All right. Now, hang on a second. So, Sinnott inked the first issue, but he didn't ink the second one. Oh, he did. Sinnott inked the first 3. Okay. Then Buscema took over on 4. Okay.
Yep. And apparently he was inking some of John's stuff when he was a teenager. Now, this is back when John was doing stuff for like Dell and whatnot in the 50s.
Right.
And then, he did advertising like a lot of guys did. And then when he went to get into comics, John was like, Joe's leaving the book. I'm paraphrasing a lot. Joe Sinnott's leaving the book. You're my favorite inker. Why don't you ink it? And that was his first stuff.
Here's the question. Did John force Joe off the book?
Oh,
because he didn't like Sinnott's inks over it. Too slick.
I mean, I don't know.
Is that true, Andy Smith?
I don't know.
Look at the way Andy's answering that.
Dude, it did not say in the article I read.
Okay. All right.
But and then his first penciling stuff was the Avengers, I believe. When John went on to do some Spider-Man, they pulled Sal in to do penciling.
You could argue that Sal, out of the two brothers, they both were machines, but Sal was more prolific than John. I mean, Sal did a ton of work for Marvel.
Oh yeah.
A ton.
Yeah, the thing I was reading literally broke down the timeline. I mean, the big thing, you know, he was on the Hulk for a very long time, but his biggest run was on Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man from the late 80s into the 90s for 100 issues.
Yep, that's right. I remember he was the regular artist on that book and just kept going, man, even through those big royalty days that you and I did not experience.
Yep.
No,
So,
why?
and you know, I discovered him on the Hulk, and when people say, when it happens with all of us, you put out a comic book character, and automatically an image pops into your head. And when it's the Hulk, for me, it's Sal Buscema. That's my Hulk artist. So
I liked Sal as just kind of an average kind of house style Marvel guy. It was never great, but it was never bad, you know,
right.
And sometimes it was really good. Sometimes he had some work like his early Captain America stuff, which I think somebody pointed out is true, was pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
And,
dude,
yeah.
on my, I already put it away, but on my YouTube channel, last Saturday, I went through some comics. I just tried to find some odd ones. And when Marvel did the whole New Universe stuff in the late 80s, he did a square bound book called The Pit, and then it was inked by Stan Drake.
Stan, really?
Dude, it is awesome. Most of the female faces, you're just like, oh, it's the heart of Juliet Jones. There's a few female faces where you can tell 100% Sal with a different inking style, but a few of them, Stan was just like heart of Juliet Jones. There's a few poses that you're like, oh, that's Sal. But I mean, it's a great combination. I'll try and find it.
Billy, share my screen for a minute. You guys want to see?
Sure will. I sure will.
Do you ever have that desire to work on a book that's actually worth money? Look at this.
Is that something you did with a variant cover by Jenny?
Yep. This is that Burbank giveaway book.
Oh, 9.8.
This could go for as much as $1,200. We shall see what it goes for.
Do you have
copies of it?
Put that up?
That is my copy. I put up on eBay.
Oh, no shit.
9 bids.
Is that your only copy?
I would not want to say anything, Andy, concerning this because I would not want to insinuate that I could possibly flood the market with this rare book. So I'm just saying. So we shall see what this goes for.
Now, what was the starting bid?
$9.99.
Oh.
I have no fear. You got to be able to put it up there and
put it up or shut up.
Yep, let the bidders make the decision. So
love it.
There you go.
All right. What should we talk about, Billy? Let's get hard hitting.
I think we should start with some visual, how about a little some visual stimulation, if you will, to begin with.
All right.
I got something here. Aaron, what do you think of this? And you tell me if you approve or not.
Okay.
And then we're going to have some fun.
All right.
We're going to have some fun because we're going to go to Andy Smith. I see Andy Smith has locked and loaded a video, and there'll be some content about that. But this is for everybody out there, for all the gals out there. So there you go. I don't know if you heard, but Sydney Sweeney has launched her new lingerie company today.
Okay, this is not real. This is totally.
It is. It's her.
Totally fake AI.
It is not. It's her. She launched her new lingerie.
You are so full of it. She's not taking pictures. Why do I even hang around with you, Billy? You are the biggest liar I've.
I am not a liar. She did. Marcus, help me out here. Did Sydney Sweeney? Did she or did she not launch her new lingerie company today?
Okay, she may
I
have.
saw a video of her on X holding it up.
Same outfit.
Yeah, and people were saying,
you guys are messing with me.
No. What about this one?
I think these are fake.
All right, I'm gonna share it. All right,
and
you're gonna dig it. You're gonna dig it. Let me go. Fuck you, Kofifi. I'm pissed off at you. So
what's her new? Is it Sweeney's Secret or Sweeney's Closet or something?
I don't know. Let's find out. It launched today. Sydney Sweeney how you spell lingerie? Look, there it goes. Did pop right up.
Yeah,
Lingerie
right
is
on your
spelled
computer.
lingerie. Yeah, dude. Bro. This is all her. All right, hang on.
Okay, you might want to share it because I can't
I
really
am going to
see
share it, and then you're going to owe me an apology.
We'll
And then
see.
you're going to see that cigarette go from this to this.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Marcus is backing you up, man. They're all
Dude, I am
No,
in
I agree with
tune
Billy,
pop
too.
culture, buddy.
I can't imagine her taking pictures like that.
If she's going to market a lingerie line, she kind of has to.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, maybe I'm
Here we
wrong.
go. Here we
I just
go.
don't trust anything I see on the internet anymore.
Joe Bernardo says it's called Siren, SYRN.
There we go. Let's find it. Holy shit. Give me a second. Maron.
We've been giving you.
Yep,
I know, but I'm like going a lot to go through.
Joe says officially launched today.
Well, I'm not denying she launched a lingerie. I'm just denying whether or not those pictures were actually.
All right. Well,
her.
then you tell me.
You know she's done nudes in film and TV, right?
No, I didn't know that. She's done nudes.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been nude in a film. What movie was this?
Housemaid, I believe. I just
Housemaid.
and then
really called
Euphoria. She's been.
Are you ready, Aaron Lopresti? This is for you, buddy.
Okay, so this is her. I guess it is, isn't it?
I'm gonna take this down now.
You know, okay, here's the thing. If that Gene ad got people pissed off, what's this going to do?
Well, who cares, right? It's it only pisses off the ugly people.
Exactly.
Look at this. Here we go. Look.
Oh my goodness.
128. That's all real. That's as real as a JFK dollar.
Okay. Now, somebody posted, you know how these people post this stupid clickbait where it's like, would you a date with this girl or $850,000, you know? And they posted that singer, and she was like pole dancing on the mic stand at her concert. I don't know who the girl was, but and then she was like kind of like humping the microphone stand. And it's like, would you take a date with this girl or $850K? And I was talking to David Williams. I said, even if they guaranteed you sex, I would still take the $850,000.
100%.
100%. 100%.
100%. I don't give a crap who it is.
I
They
know.
could
I don't
say-
care either.
They could say whatever you're living or dead, we
Yep.
can make it happen. 850K, I'd be like, I'll take the 850K. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I got 3 super chats. So let me read my super chats from our dear friends. Travis Paddock. Billy, ring that bell. It's fucking cold. Brrr. Thank you, brother. Darren Wagner. Thank you, Darren, for $2 as well. Sal Buscema drew the best Hulk punch panels. True or not? Aaron Lopresti. How do you
Hell yeah.
feel about that?
I'm not going to disagree. He did. I'm still, but I just, John is still my man, you know?
Well, John, yeah, he inspired you.
Yeah,
I saw
but
that
like,
Hulk
I'll
on
be
it.
honest. When John drew the Hulk, didn't do it for me.
Really? I like
No.
this Hulk. He didn't do it very often, though.
What's that?
He didn't do it very often. It was like in the FF issues. Did he draw any like in the regular series?
Not really. And his very first stuff at Marvel was some Hulk stuff in whatever the magazine was called, because not
Tales to
magazine, but
Astonish?
comic was called. Huh?
Tales to Astonish? Did Buscema do some Hulk stuff in Tales to Astonish?
It was some of his first stuff for Marvel. Yeah. It's like, it's hard. It doesn't have the dynamics yet because it's before basically Stan had to talk with him.
Yeah, but if you look at Hulk, or pardon me, Fantastic Four 112, that Hulk versus Thing issue.
No, it's good.
That's good stuff. That's good Hulk stuff
Well,
right there.
speaking of that, we have another super chat from Jerry Roscoe. Thank you, Jerry. $2 super chat. Sal's Hulk with Ernie Chan inks is his favorite. Ernie Chan is great. So,
once again, as a kid, when those issues came out, not a fan. Now I don't mind it. Just like Gary Tallowick, however you say his name, didn't like it as a kid, but now I've got the epic collection of that stuff, that storyline, and I love what he did over Sal Buscema.
Well, here's the thing: those Filipino guys were all had very commanding styles. They took over the artwork,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
you had to like them, or you wouldn't like. I didn't dislike Chan, but I was just kind of mediocre on him. And same with Alcala. But I love Nebres, but Nebres was as much a stylist as those guys were. I just happened to like Nebres' look better than those guys. So
yeah, but I think Nebres like really overpowered everybody, whereas those other guys held back, if that's the right term, just enough to go, oh yeah, I still see Sal, or I still see,
that's
whatever.
true. That's true. But
Nebres is like, he's like Kevin Nolan.
Yeah.
He really
He's
is.
a tremendous illustrator in his own right. That's
well, the thing with Nebres is, and I've always said this, is his anatomy gets weird sometimes, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So if you put him over a really good structured artist like John Buscema, and you like Nebres' style, which I do, it's the ultimate combination, because you have great drawing with this great style over the top of it that I happen to like. So,
my second favorite Sergeant Rocco artist is Frank Redondo.
Yeah, Frank was good.
I think he's Filipino too, and he was
that's
tremendous.
Nestor's brother, right?
Yes,
the Redondo brothers.
Yep. Oh, I got another super chat from let's just hit that. Peak Kinnikuman. Peak Kinnikum for $5. Love your pipe, Billy. Need to get me one, indeed. And if you do, get yourself a little bit of Black Cavendish.
Little Black Cavendish.
Cavendish. Thank you so much for that. Oh, and we have another super chat. Just real quick, Andy, I see that you posted something up.
Yep.
But if you give me a second, we have Andy Monty for mayor. Andy Monty Mayor, 175 for $1.99 super chat. Thank you, guys. Your opinion on the legendary Betty Page. Thank you all so much for those super chats. Really appreciate it. Keep them coming, because Mean Billy feeds off the hate and the cash.
I love Betty Page.
I thought she
has. I mean, she does. She has like a perfect figure. She's not this skinny little waif that you see around today. She's got all the right curves in all the right places.
I agree with you 100%.
Isn't it interesting though? We never would have heard of her if it hadn't been for Dave Stevens' Rocketeer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what he did for her, how he helped her get royalties and all this stuff because of how much millions people were making off of her,
Yeah.
Her image and stuff. And she was cute as hell too. But William Noblin, 4101. Thank you, Aaron Lopresti. Got my Wraith of God comic, and I'm going to be reading them soon. Comics.
Thank you.
Love me some cake. Yes, sir. Love me some cake. Well, if and Daryl Wayne says I've got plain old Prince Albert in a can. Well, I got to tell you, you better let him out before he suffocates. Hang on a minute. I think I got something for that. Hang on, Aaron. This one's for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Where is it? Nope, that's not it.
That was wow.
Just too much fun. How about this then?
There
That's
you
to me
go.
and my horrible dad joke. All right, Andy Smith, what do you have here that you
This is John Buscema, some of the first Hulk work. You never saw this, Aaron?
Oh my goodness. No, I did not.
Hulk. Are you a fan of the thick Hulk?
Well, okay, this isn't great, but John.
This is like when he first came back to Marvel.
Yes, this would have been like what, 66, something like that, 67 maybe.
Marcus, what year was this?
Because it's Tales to Astonish.
Yeah.
And Tales to Astonish would have changed and become Submariner in 1960. Or no, I'm sorry, he became the regular Hulk 101 or 102, pardon me, was the first issue of the new Hulk series. That was 1968. So this had to have been like 66 or 67 would be my guess.
I don't know.
Wow.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if it. I actually am looking at the page, the actual website it's from, to see if I can find it.
Now, I want to know what issue that is actually, because I wouldn't mind. I collect a little. I actually collect Tales of Suspense quite a bit.
Tales to Astonish number 85.
Okay, so that was 17 issues before it ended. So that, and it was 68. So this would have been probably late 1966.
And it does not say when it sold, but it says it sold for $9,560.
The artwork.
Deal.
Yes.
And you know,
Inked
John
by
Buscema,
John Tartaglione.
Is it inked by Daddy-O Tartaglione? How about that?
It is.
Look at that. Look at that.
Buscema's stuff was dirt cheap until he passed away, and then it started going up.
We got One Slick Dude, November 1966.
There you
Now,
go.
I'll tell you
And
what,
one slick dude. Here's Good on You and 3 cheers for you.
I'd rather have this page.
Oh, I know. This is so good. This is when he was. This is 1968. This is when he was cooking, man.
Dude,
Wow.
this sold for $14,940.
He did some nice work in Submariner.
Dude,
I
look at
like
those.
Submariner.
Look at those waves, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so, and I mean, that's all the inking. I mean, yeah, John drew it, but you know how pencils were back then. That's all Frank Giacoya on those waves.
Yep.
But
And that's
that
issue
figure-
number 4, isn't it? Because that's Tiger Sharks. That'd have been the
No, this is number 5.
number 5 was Tiger Shark. Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing how like 5 years ago, except for Big John wasn't, but all these guys were alive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Frank passed away, what, in 2024, I think?
Who did?
Who?
Frank Giacoya.
Oh. Well, yeah, when we
Was it?
broke in the 90s, all these guys were alive.
Dude,
You know?
what's his name was alive? Bill Malden, who did, you know, all these great cartoonists were alive too. They're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
soon,
got-
Billy, you'll be gone too.
Yep.
Oh my God.
After all that fucking shit I shoveled, all the snow, man, I thought I was coming. I thought I was going to be gone the next day, you know, sooner than later. I'll tell you that. Holy shit, my snowblower fouled a spark plug. So I had to do my
Oh.
driveway, which is over 100 feet long.
Wait a minute. This is all stuff, Buscema stuff that sold on Heritage here recently, or
I have no idea. This is just sellmycomicart.com. It doesn't say when it sold. It just says, maybe, let me just click on it. Maybe it'll show.
$52,000.
No, that took me nowhere. Okay.
It said sold. Yeah.
It did, but we don't know when it sold for 52,000.
was John inking himself on that Wolverine stuff? I can't remember.
This is Klaus Janson, baby.
Jansen? Okay. Yeah, I wondered.
Yeah, you could see that too.
Because it didn't. Yeah, I'm kind of squinting here. It didn't say in the bottom there, did it? It just said
No.
Buscema. That's why I was curious.
Nope, that's Klaus.
Mm.
Yeah, on that. Yeah, so John actually they threw him quite a bone by giving him that Wolverine regular ongoing. That was like what 1986 ish.
No, it
87?
was. I thought it was closer to 90. Well, wait.
Yeah,
is this
I
the year?
think I was still down in California in LA when that came out. I may be
Oh,
wrong.
Marvel Comics Presents -- 1. So yeah, you're probably right. Somebody in the chat will tell us.
Yeah.
Kickstarter's
yeah.
back up.
Yeah, but they spun it off, right? Remember?
1988.
Okay, 88. All right, there you go.
I'm interested to see what the pencils look like because he drew so loose sometimes, or for the most part. Tom Palmer sent me his original pencil scans of it he had, or Xeroxes. And they were so loose.
Well, Tom Paul,
Oh, now I love
that was
cover.
the Avengers. Tom was doing finishes over his breakdowns.
Yeah.
I love this Kazar cover.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
And
well,
you guys
John-
never collected him. Aaron, you never collected any Big John art or anything like that? Original
Oh,
art?
heck yeah, you talking about original art?
Yeah.
The only Buscema piece I have is that Weird World page that Nebres inked and Peter Ledger colored.
I've got a Conan Ruff one, kind of like on the same paper that the Gil Kane one is from art. And then I've got Batman rough sketch as well. That's it.
Dude, when he was at San Diego, the last year he was at San Diego before he passed away, there were art dealers there that had like just piles of those, 11 by 17 pieces where he had all those thumbnail sketches on them and stuff.
Yeah.
And they weren't very expensive, like $100 a piece or less. And I didn't buy any of them. I was such a freaking idiot.
Oh.
Now
My buddy Nick Catratis is the biggest collector of Sal Buscema art. And he went to San Diego. If it was that, it had to be that same year because that's why he went. And he joined us for a Saturday evening dinner. He was there for one day and made $70,000 cash.
Who did?
My friend Nick.
by selling original art.
Selling original art, he bought art, but he came away with $70,000.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Got on a plane.
I don't think I've made.
He's like, I'm going home.
I don't think I've made $70,000
Combined
at San Diego in the last 10 years.
Sure.
Right.
Hey, I got something else to share. And look at this. Talk about works of art. My goodness. That's Betty Page too. Bunny Yeager. Look at that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Composition. I mean, just how stunning she is. She's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at her legs and all, but just look at the lighting with the sun coming in, like, wow.
You got to wonder how much money they actually made, because all the photographs that she did were on like these kind of cheap smut magazines back in the underground kind of stuff. They couldn't have paid that well.
No. Nope.
Listen,
I got
Aaron.
a $5 super chat if I could read that, guys, real quick.
Real quick, did you hear the tone in his voice? Those smut magazines.
The disdain.
The disgusting smut magazines.
Don't worry,
Well, they were
Shelley's
very,
at the door.
no,
She's
they were
not
very
watching.
they were very underground, especially back in that period of time. So I was kind of like, I can't imagine she made very much money, but
Probably not.
Oh. Hollywood was a rough place back then.
boy, still.
And apparently they had communists running around. Good thing they don't have that now, right?
Yeah. Well, it used to be back in the golden age of Hollywood. If you were an actress, you had to sleep your way to the top. Now, if you're an actor, you have to sleep your way to the top.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you
A
do.
few things have changed.
Yeah. If I may, I have a $5 super chat from Peak Kinnikuman. Thank you, Peak. I'm fairly new to the comic scene. Well, welcome. Right? Welcome. Where else can you hang out with guys like Andy Smith, who wears short sleeve shirts over long sleeve shirts? Aaron Lopresti, who wears an Indiana Jones leather jacket with a LL Bean flannel shirt opened up with his Peaky Blinders cap with his razor blade in the bill. And Bill Tucci wearing a bathrobe now, wearing my Irish sweater. Well, welcome aboard. And trying to do my homework properly. What's the first book you worked on? And I'm going to bring this out to the bros because I'm interested in the first book you guys worked on as well. What's the first book you worked on in your long, iconic career, Billy? Well, thank you for asking me that. First book I worked on was called The Razor Annual, number 1, the 1993 Razor Annual, and it featured, it's both the first appearance of She and of Ran, my character Ran.
Wow.
In the course of doing that book, Ran became She. And it's a 12-page story that I did, or maybe a little more. And it's in the Razor Annual. It came out in 1993, and it became a super hot book. It sold 1,500 copies, and then Everett reprinted it and added to my story, and it ended up selling 40,000 copies.
Wow. That was some cash back in the day.
But he did it without my permission, so we had to work out an arrangement. And it worked out amicably. It was amicably. But Andy Smith, what is and that's one of the best things about having a pipe. What? You guys ever watch Jiminy Glick, right?
Oh my gosh, that is so
Jiminy Glick? Yeah, man.
funniest.
What was your first book you ever worked on? Expanding you to the Cuban school.
This has nothing to do with Jiminy Glick, but it's in that sense of comedy. And then I'll answer the question. Over this past weekend, I went to Tubi, one of my favorite apps now for streaming free stuff.
Love Tubi.
I'm not familiar with the Tubi, but I'm going to embrace the Tubi.
What did Tubi have that I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching that right now? Stir Crazy.
Oh, did they?
Bill
I
Pryor,
don't think I've seen that
or
since it came
Richard
out.
Pryor and Gene Wilder. Oh
Mhm.
my God, that movie is so effing funny. And did you know, here's a little bit of trivia in Stir Crazy. You remember the big inmate, the big, huge white bald dude?
Yeah.
Did you know, one, he sadly passed away when he was 34.
Oh.
Two, he was an opera singer.
Oh yeah, that's the guy. He was in The Wanderers, right? He was.
Well,
one
he
of
had
the
that
Florida
great
Baldwins.
singing voice in the movie.
Yeah, he sang like almost like an alto or a soprano or something, right? Did he have a high voice?
He had a higher voice, yeah. And it's funny, I went to IMDb because I like IMDb because they have trivia. So I was reading through the trivia about Stir Crazy, and it made me want to go back and rewatch specific scenes, which I might do. Because, like, remember the scene where Richard Pryor lights the match off the dude's chest in Cell
It's
and
been a long
whatnot?
time, but yeah.
Well, one, if you can see the little strike plate on the guy's chest.
Oh, really?
And then two, one of the other inmates to the side of Gene Wilder can't even hold it together. And they just left it in the movie. And I didn't know this. Who directed that movie?
Wow, that's a good question. I used to know that, but I can't remember.
Sidney Poitier.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
So fucking serious, Sidney Poitier. You know?
I know. So there was that. And then
you know what movie I like is Silver Streak. That is my favorite
Pryor film?
Pryor and Gene Wilder film.
I think that's on Tubi. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen that in forever either.
That is so good. It's funny.
So, and then I'll answer the question after this last tidbit. They're bringing Gene Wilder back. So they're trying to break him. So they put him in like solitary confinement and all that. When they open it up, he's like, just one more hour. I was just really starting to feel it in here or whatever. So they bring him back to the cell, and they got that big dude in the cell with Richard Pryor. And he's got him like pinned up against the bunk bed because it's so tight in the cell. And once again, because you're not focusing on him, you're focusing on Richard Pryor and what he's doing in the scene. But apparently in that scene, that dude, the big dude, starts busting out too and can barely contain it. And they just kept it in the movie. Because like 80% of everything Pryor and Wilder did was improvised. So yeah.
Wow. Well, here's a scene. Here's that scene, I think. New cellmate scene. Grossberger, his name was.
Grossberger. Well, before you show it, Justice League Quarterly number 5 was my first published work.
Justice League
Quarterly
Number
number 5.
5. And what year was that?
91.
1991. Did he beat you to the presses, Aaron Lopresti? No.
I was 1988 in the now classic Solomon Kane 3D from Blackthorn Publishing.
But
you beat me to Marvel or DC, though.
You are a lot older than me. So how old were you when you drew that?
88. I would have been 24.
24 years. How old were you?
21.
21. How old were you when you made your first million, Aaron Lopresti?
Still waiting.
Yeah. Haven't got there yet.
Is this sort of the famous Aaron Lopresti anger?
That Larry David interview is hilarious. Oh, this jar is so tight I can't get the lid off it.
He's crossing his eyes like, oh, they got this barber size. I don't know.
My first though, like Marvel job was Marvel Comics presents. Boy, I can't remember. 36?
Wow.
Marvel Comics
getting old, huh, there, Grandpa?
I think. And that would have been 89, maybe. No, it would have been 90, probably.
Cool.
Where were you guys when you got hired?
I didn't I didn't actually start doing like professional work until 93-ish. So that would have put me at like 29 years old before I actually was like doing work that I should have actually got paid for.
Like, what do you mean? I don't understand that. Wait a minute. You were first published in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took you another 5 years or so to get to where you consider yourself a professional? Were you working at the local laundromat while you were doing this? I don't understand.
No, I was okay. So I got out of film school 80, yeah, the end of 87. So it was in LA, like reading scripts at TriStar Pictures, and I was working on this comic I got a job through Blackthorn drawing this Solomon Kane 3D project in 88 while I was still down in my apartment down in LA. And then I moved back to Portland and then got a job. And then I worked just like crummy jobs in Portland for a year.
Uh-huh.
And I did that Marvel Comics Presents during that period of time. And then I thought, oh yeah, now I'm in. And of course I got nothing. So I was like, I had to, go back to New York every 6 months and try and show my portfolio and blah, blah, blah. Then I got a job at a commercial arts studio in February of 1990, I think. And then, so I was working commercial art while I was trying to break into comics for the next couple of years. And I would get a job here and there, but I didn't start working regularly until I did Sludge. And that's where I felt was kind of like my first, which looked like, professional comic book work.
How did you get hired though? Did you go to a comic convention? Did you mail your stuff in?
I went to a comic convention, I drew a 20-page Spider-Man story.
20 pages.
I did the whole thing, drew the whole story, showed it to Terry Cavanaugh at San Diego in the old building, right before it went to the convention center. And he said, he goes, yeah, we're doing a book called Marvel Comics Presents. He goes, I might be able to use you on, something on there. Here, give me a call sometime or whatever. And I thought, I made it, right? So I called him, never returned my calls. So I saved up my money and flew back to New York, stayed for a week. And I would always arrive in the middle of the week so I could get part of that week at the Marvel and DC offices. Then you're there for the weekend, and then you get part of the next week there as well. Kind of maximize my days.
I like it.
And then
what did you do on the weekend? Did you party on the weekend?
Oh, I partied like a crazy
man. Partied hard, didn't
you? He had that brown leather jacket back then, macking all the ladies.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So then I got in there and I snuck in because I had no appointment. And so I got to know the receptionist at Marvel, very sweet lady. And then she would buzz me in. Like all these guys would be sitting in the that outer room waiting to be seen. And she would just buzz me in, give me a sticker. And I would just walk around in there and annoy people. And that's how
what year was this?
89 or...
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, it might've been 89 was my first trip back there. And so I would hang out. If someone had their door open, I would sit outside their office and wait till they got off the phone. And then I'd go, excuse me, I'm blah, blah. So I tracked down Terry Cavanaugh. I said, hey, I showed you my stuff in San Diego. You said that, you'd give me something or whatever. And he's like, he probably didn't even remember, but he gave me something. And,
did you have another portfolio? You had a whole new portfolio of things.
Yeah. And so he gave me, that job, and then I went home and did it and then never heard anything again. And I was calling nothing. And so then another 6 months after I saved money, I went back and did the whole thing over again and just kept doing that. And every time I went, I picked up, some crummy job here and there. And I was who was it? Craig, what was that guy's name? Andy? Craig Anderson. Renee Witterstatter was his assistant, and he had What The, and he gave her in charge of What The, right? So I met her and she threw me okay, you can do a story in What The, I need short stories for this, whatever. So that's why I started doing Forbish Man stories, and I was doing those pretty regularly while I was working in commercial art. And then Nell Yomtov gave me a Dark Hawk annual, and I got some Spider-Man backups from Danny Fingeroth. And then I started slowly working my way in. And then Malibu came calling and doubled my page rate. So I went over there and did Sludge.
Ah,
So there you go.
look at that. Interesting. We have another super chat again. Thank you so much. Is this here? Oh, sorry. No, we had one more. Let me get it. Peak again. Thank Peak Kinikuman for $5. That ain't cheap. Can I ask how you all got into comics also? Now, this is something we haven't talked about in a long time.
No.
What made you want to dive in, Andy Smith? And was it difficult to enter the industry then? I think Aaron kind of covered that a little bit, but let's expound upon it. And thank you for that super chat.
One, to correct the record, because Stippling Vaughn posted a comment that said, wait, Andy, your first published work was Ghost Pencils for Bart on Justice League Europe. Yes, I have that signed by you. Now, actually, Stippling, that is my first penciled work. I drew backgrounds and some Justice League Europe stuff when I was at the Thibert school for Bart. But my first published work was doing inking backgrounds on an issue of Starman drawn by Tom Lyle, where Tex Blaisdell was doing the backgrounds for Bob Smith, who was the credited inker on the book. And Tex liked what I was doing when I was a freshman in the Thibert school and tossed me a few pages to work on to do backgrounds. So anyhow.
Hold it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special guest star here who is back from the wilds of the power outage wars.
Whoa.
Archie Bear.
It's Archie Bear.
Woo!
What's up, people? Let's party.
So we're talking about, we got a super chat asking us how we got into comics and our first work, etc. So Andy, can continue, please. And then we'll go to Aaron, then we'll go to you, Art, then we'll go to me.
My story is a lot shorter than Aaron's when it came about how I got in. I was in my senior year at the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art. Bart Sears was teaching there that year. He was teaching second year students, not third year. It's a small school. You could go up, talk to anybody, whatever. So basically I introduced myself to him, showed him my work. This was in, September, the beginning of the school year. I guess he liked it and saw something in it. So fast forward, we became friends and he would kind of mentor me and stuff. And, in March of 1991, that was 1990, in 91 in March, I guess he thought my portfolio was ready to be shown, and he asked me if I wanted to go up to DC Comics with him to show some samples. Then, of course, I said yes, because I was graduating in 2 months, and I wanted to get a gig. So I went to DC, talked to like Mike Carlin, Andy Helfer, Mike Gold, I think Brian Augustin. And, they all looked at the portfolio. They had, some tips and stuff. And, pretty much all said, work up new stuff and, bring it back in a couple weeks. And let's see. So I did. I worked up some new samples. And, Aaron said he did this 20-page story, which,
that's overkill.
It's overkill. You only need 4 or 5 pages of samples to show an editor, and it should be sequential art. So not 4 unrelated pages or 5 unrelated. It should be 4 to 5 pages of sequential storytelling. No splash pages. Even though I guess now they might like seeing 1. But so I took up 4 or 5 new pages in a couple weeks later, met with those same guys. Most of them basically said, the stuff looks great. I just don't have anything at the moment. But Mike Carlin was sharing an office with a guy named Dan Raspler. And he said, Mike said the same thing. He goes, stuff looks good. I don't have anything open. He said, hey, Dan, can you take a look at this guy's stuff? And Dan was like, sure. So Dan looked at it and liked it and was like, you want to do an inventory issue of Suicide Squad? And I was like, yeah, of course. And he goes, all right, well, the script's not ready yet. And I said, well, just let me know when. I graduate in 2 months, but I can, finish school and work on this at the same time. And Dan was nice. He was like, nope, it's an inventory issue. For those that don't know, an inventory issue is something they used to do back in the day where they would have a whole book, pencil, ink, lettered, colored, put in the drawer. So if whatever book it was looked like they weren't going to make the print date because of deadline issues, they could just pull this out. Because back then they had to reserve press time for the books. So they could just pull this inventory issue out, send it to the printer, and they wouldn't miss a ship date. So it was a one-off story, had nothing to do with the current continuity and stuff. And Dan was like, no, I want you to finish school. Let's stay in touch and I'll get you the script when you graduate. And he did. I had it like 3 or 4 days after I graduated. So I moved back.
God, that must have made you feel good, right? Like, how many people struggle to find work after they graduate, they get their degree, they're all hopeful and stuff like that. And then it takes them years to get a position. Man, Andy, you must have been really good because you stepped right in there, man. That's pretty incredible.
I mean, Dan put me through the paces too. Like I would send up back when we had fax machines and stuff, I would send up photocopy faxes and stuff. And it wasn't, it was a 22-page job and John Ostrander wrote it, the Suicide Squad normal writer. And I can vividly remember a couple panels where he was like, I like this. And one of the panels, it was so funny because it's one of those things we've all had, like an editor probably critique something and you just want to go, but I saw this guy, but you don't do that. You do not do that, especially when you're first starting out. So there was a panel and it was shaped like, a letter box type shape. And in the background was, I can't remember, a cop or something. And he was aiming his gun at whoever was in the foreground. And Dan was like, could you redraw the cop's hands and gun? Because right now it looks like if that was real, he would actually shoot way past the guy because he's not actually pointing at the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, no problem. Of course. No, it's my first job. No, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I redrew that.
Hey, real quick, man. I remember I was trying to get away with something, a similar situation, Andy, but I didn't know better. I was working on Adventures of Superman with Mike Carlin. I learned so much from that guy. And I actually silhouetted an establishing shot.
No way. How do you silhouette an establish? Like
it was a deadline thing. I didn't know any better.
And just
and I just all the characters. I silhouetted them, and then Mike's like, "We don't know who these people are."
Back when the editors cared and understood.
You got the page done on time, though.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that's it. That's my story. So
well, I want to before Art takes over, I want to say real quickly. Obviously, I just told you my origin story, but the other part of the question was: is it easier now, or was it easier then? Back then, of course, there was no internet, so we actually had to call people on the phone and leave a message on their machine, and then they would decide whether or not they'd actually call you back.
Right.
And so you either had to, and you could send them samples through the mail, but they would never open it. So you had really two choices. You go to a convention where they all used to go and you could get an editor and show them your portfolio, or B, like I did, fly to New York, invade their offices and show them your portfolio in person. And so it required more effort. Now you can be discovered on the internet where that was not an option back when we broke in.
Yeah. Can you imagine people today having to call and leave a message and waiting for someone to get back to them of how everything is so, we have a $5 super chat right here. Thank you, Shotgun Scream. Thibert is the greatest. Or as Gary Cohn calls him, Artie Bear, huh?
Do you know, have you guys heard the stories of, I guess it's Gen Z having literally saying to an interview person where they want to see him come to the place to be interviewed, not through Zoom and stuff, and ask if they can bring a parent with them to the interview. Have you guys heard that shit?
What? I don't follow you.
So like a Gen Z, that's the younger, like my daughter, she's 22, she's Gen Z,
Okay,
right?
I didn't even know who Gen Z was. Okay, so like,
Okay.
yeah.
So literally there was a story saying that some of these kids, if they had a face-to-face interview for a job, would want to bring their parent with them.
Gay?
Wait a minute. So the kid wanted to bring the parent with him? The Gen Zer wanted to bring the parent with him?
Yes.
This is so like freaking Aaron out right now.
Yeah, he or she
Yes,
said,
it's
"We might
like
bring my
Aaron,
mom with me
Aaron.
to the interview."
It's like you said about the phone. My daughter doesn't like to make phone calls.
Yeah, Jerry
She'd
Ross
rather
is
send
right
an
there.
email or text.
We're
I
fine.
mean, she had a work phone call today from her boss, and I mean, she's used to it now. But when I've told her before, you should make a follow-up phone call about something, she's like, I don't want to do that.
Dude, I'll tell you, I did the worst thing to my son, but I couldn't help it. He had sent in when he was in engineering school at Oregon State. He was like, man, I would really like to like get an internship at Legacy Special Effects. And I go, well, Josh, just no one's stopping you. Send them an email, see if they respond. They did, right? And they said, hey, come on. So we're down there at vacationing with the family down in LA. And we had, I think, we didn't have a time. I take that back. We interviewed with a couple of places. And I went in with Josh on all these interviews just because I wanted to see what these people were building because they were like really cool stuff.
Oh, sure.
And
Aaron was looking for a job too.
I was like, never mind him. Do you need a character designer?
Yeah.
So we get this call. We're at Universal and Josh gets a call and it's like the Legacy people are like, hey, when can you come in for an interview? And Josh goes, well, I'm down here right now. Can we? And they said, yeah, can you come over in like a couple hours or whatever? And I said, Josh, ask him if I can come. And they said, can I bring my dad with me? And I said, yeah, sure. So I went in with the interview with them, but because I wanted to see Legacy. And we were getting the tour right around the before they actually sat down to interview him. And I was talking to the main guy there, and he's like, they had this giant, like 7-foot troll thing, right? It was, and I go, what is that? And he goes, oh, we brought this to San Diego. Are you familiar with Comic-Con? I said, yeah, I only go there every year for the last 30 years. He goes, what? And I go, I work for DC Comics. I'm a comic book artist. And they were like, oh my gosh, so I was suddenly cool there. But we actually went in there when he went to interview Josh. I was in the room sitting there at the table while they're interviewing. I didn't say a word the whole time. I was, they had
this
all
is Aaron. Aaron's like this.
I know there was all these maquettes and stuff around, and I'm like,
Aaron's in the background.
Squeaking in the chair. Are you squeaking in the chair? And you're like,
Here's my impression. Here's my impression of Aaron in the background.
I felt bad because I was kind of like, oh my gosh, are they going to not hire him because he brought his dad with him? But it was like, I had to go. I had to see this.
That's awesome.
Of course, it was also for an internship, and he was still a student, so I wasn't
that kind of work. Well, especially it's cool,
what you always do is you just go, my car broke down, my dad is the ride. So
no, I think that works out that his dad.
Well, they hired him, so I obviously didn't affect me being there, but it was kind of
maybe you got him the work because you're a comic book artist.
Maybe.
Well, just $10 Canadian. God bless. Thanks a lot, eh? Hey, Paul Taylor, give your balls a tug. That's Hail Bros in chat. Just finished work, and I'm looking forward to being entertained.
We came to the wrong place then.
The dark secret is I'm going to
Nonsense.
refill my water with my We the People glass
There you go.
cup. RT Bear, what are you have the floor, and then I'll tell you how I got in. So let me.
Okay, so the question is how I broke in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was working. Well, no, I was going to local JC, and the teacher said, you know what, everything I drew, everything I turned in, it was all heightened. It was all heightened art, even like life drawing, everything looked better than it was. And then he said, your stuff seems like it's like kind of comic booky, So even though I was trying to draw realistic, it was the guy got the drift. And I go, I love comic books. He goes, I know a guy, Brian Murray, and Brian Murray is kind of the, just to go back, the Dan Fraga guy. So, they did storyboards and stuff together. What's that?
What year was this? And how old were you?
Probably early 80s. So I'm probably 19 or so.
Okay, wow, young. Okay.
19, 20. And so anyway, he goes, you got to meet this guy. He works on comics. He was working, Brian was working for Neil Adams Continuity. He was doing that Megalith or whatever, the kind of strong guy comic. And so I used to hang out there and just try to, like in those days, anybody that was doing, because like when I was a kid, when I was breaking in, I never knew that this stuff was even accessible to me. Like I never even knew I could do what I wanted to do in life. I always thought like you just take what you get, and you just kind of bumble through life. You can't kind of like direct your life or be in charge or like make things happen. And so when I got that, I could hang out with Brian. I used to drive to his parent. He lived with his parents still over there all the time and just kind of watch him draw and just ask him questions. And so then if he had any scraps, I would ask, can I have those? Things like that. And it's like, ooh, this was a professional artist. What's that?
Are you gonna throw that away?
Yeah, you're gonna throw that away. Yeah, you're rummaging through his garbage can. And so then he goes, I know this guy Jim Valentino, and I was like, okay. And so then he introduced me to Jim. Jim needed a guy, an assistant, so I worked as Jim's assistant for just a short period of time. And then Jim started working on Myth Adventures, and so he asked me to ink him. And so I did that for a while, and then the money dried up. Independence it's a lot of fun. The work's great. People are good, but the money is just really iffy. So I was already out on my own. I needed a steady paycheck. So, I was just asked around. It's like, well, Marvel and DC pay steady. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's
art. Oh, okay. Marvel DC.
Yeah, you're just like this simple-minded idiot, right? It's like, oh well, I'm gonna get work at Marvel and DC then, because that's steady paycheck. And so not knowing any obstacles or you're just being very naive. So I met Jim Shooter at a comic convention, and I showed him my portfolio and he goes, this is really good. He said, it's got promise. He said, but you're not there yet. We had this thing called the Marvel Bullpen and the Ramita's Raiders. And you can learn really, really quick just by being there. And I'm like, oh, cool. And he goes, when you're in New York, look me up and we'll set you up. And I'm like, oh, great. So I didn't have any contact for Jim. I didn't really know how to do any of this stuff. I mean, I was clearly out on my own. And so I just got a plane ticket. And I flew to New York. I wasn't invited. I didn't call him, tell him I was coming. Nothing. I just got, a plane ticket. And so I knew, what was his name? He was an assistant editor for Ralph Macchio. But anyway, I knew that guy. What's that?
Was it Craig Anderson back then?
Yeah, Craig Anderson. Good call. And so I at least knew somebody in New York. I didn't know anybody else. And so then I went over to Marvel. And somehow I finagled my way up to the floor because I wasn't on the list or anything. So, I must have looked really pathetic. So the lady, let me go up. And so then I had to do that twice because there's two different, there's the main floor just in the building, and then there's the Marvel floor. And so I got in, and so I'm just kind of just like a country bumpkin, just like stumbling around. I was like, hey, do you know where, this Jim, where his office is? And he's like, oh yeah. Shooter's office is over there. And so I'm like, oh cool. So I just go over there.
There's that guy named Jim.
He's kind of
guy, and he's like, oh yeah, it's over there. And so
Andy,
he had
Andy.
What's that?
Andy's frozen.
Oh, okay.
Better? Way better. Okay. Sorry, Art. Sorry.
Oh no, there he is. Yeah. And so anyway, I'm talking to the secretary, and she's like, "Well, you're not on the list. He's a busy man, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I came all the way from California." I gave her my sob story, and then she's like, "All right, wait here." She goes in, and she goes, because I told her the whole story about the comic convention, and all this stuff, and she goes, "He doesn't remember you."
Oh.
Oh my God. And you flew all the way from California.
I worked hard enough to get the money, and I flew over there. I didn't even have a place to stay or anything. I'm just a stupid kid. And so I'm like, come on, there's got to be something. And then she goes, "Well, hold on." So she goes back again. She comes out, and she goes, "Well, how about an internship?" And I'm going, "Oh, great." I go, "How much does it pay?" And she goes, "Internships don't pay anything." I'm like, "How am I going to stay here? I need to make money." So then she's like, "Well, that's not really my problem." And I'm like,
poor naive Art.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, so I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is horrible." And so then I'm walking around, and I saw Craig Anderson. And Craig's like, "You're in. Somehow you got in here." He said, "Get your portfolio, stop crying, and go talk to some editors." I wasn't crying. I just made that up. And so then, I'm talking to Bob Harris, all these different editors, and they're all like, "It's good, but it's not there yet, blah, blah, blah." So then on the way out, I meet this guy, Art Nichols. And Art Nichols I knew from California days. He was a Northern California guy.
The dad of Bo Nickel.
And he was kind of like, it was him, Art Adams were kind of like hanging out, and it was like me and Rob Liefeld. We were the Southern California guys. So we kind of hung out whenever these cons kind of connected and crossed over. And so I'm like, "I haven't seen you in years." He goes, yeah, I'm working now. I'm working for DC and Marvel. I'm like, "Okay, cool." Told him my little backstory. And he said, "Well, I'm going to go over to DC. I got to turn in some pages." He said, "Would you like to share a cab?" That was very cool of him, by the way. You want to share a cab, and he paid for the cab because he knew I was broke. And so I didn't have to beg, borrow, and steal to get in the offices at DC. He got me in there. And so the first guy I went in to talk to was Bob Greenberger, and it was the complete opposite. He looked at my portfolio. He was like, "This is amazing." He goes, "What do you want to do here?" And I'm like,
I want to run this place.
Yeah, it's like a loaded question. It's like, "Well, I want to do Batman and Superman, but the thing is, you can't do that." So it's like, whatever you got, you got to play the humble card. Whatever you got, I'll do the best with it. And so he did. He hired me. He goes, "Well, how about some trading cards? Not trading cards, the Who's Who." That's what it was.
Oh yeah,
it was Star Trek Who's Who. And so I did a couple entries for that. I proved myself, and then he gave me the Warlord. And then, that was later. As I'm working on the cards, it was the same day. I got somehow Craig Anderson let me stay with him, and so I'm staying there. I'm working on these entries.
Wait a minute, slow down.
Somehow.
When did you met Craig Anderson for the first time when you went over to Marvel?
No, I knew him. He was friends with Jim Valentine. I kind of left some stuff out so I can move faster.
Okay, so you knew him previously. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so yeah,
blowing fatties on a roof and was like,
actually, we're blowing fatties on the roof. That's and so yeah, there was a lot of pot smoking back then. And so anyway, I'm there, and he comes in, and he said, "Well, I talked to Ralph Macchio. We're doing these kid line books, Star line books." And he goes, "I got you a job." And so I got a job as an inker. So I got work at DC as a penciler inker and as an inker at Marvel all on the same day.
Wow.
And so suddenly you got your first job and you were already behind.
What was the Starline? I remember you talking about.
I'm always behind. Yeah.
I remember you telling us
I
about
turned all that stuff in on time. What, Andy?
What was the title of the Star comics that you did? I remember you talking about that.
Yeah,
I
it was the
looked it up.
Inhumanoids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you
No.
want to know how Art ended up getting a roommate his first day in New York City, go no farther than this. Gay. Thank you. Gay.
Yeah, back then, being gay had its benefits.
Right,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
got to do what you got to do.
Oh yeah,
man.
we've all been there, buddy.
Yeah, like
We've all been there. Let me tell you.
Well,
You got you know what? They said Hollywood's got the casting couch. Comics has the same.
Oh, yeah, it's just a
It's
little
got
rougher.
the drawing
Not
board.
quite as comfortable.
The couch just isn't nearly as nice.
Well, it's funny because I used to do the same thing. I would just fly to New York. I had no appointments or anything, but I always had someplace to stay. I never just I stayed with my ex-girlfriend a couple times, and then when I met Renee and started working for Renee, she would always put me up whenever I went to New York because I was like doing what the for her. So she would, and then she'd take me around. So that made it pretty easy. But before that, it was tough getting in there. The Art's
Well, it got a lot
like me.
easier though once you admitted to gay.
Well, as long as you were buying and you were gay, you could go pretty far in the
anywhere.
comics
They'd let
back
you in
then.
any place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make mine real quick. Is what happened with me is that I did some local shows. I graduated. After I graduated, I worked at Macy's. I was designing children's wear, and I should have stuck with it because I.
Gay.
Oh yeah. Oh, where'd it go? Holy shit, who's that? Phyllis Davis. Holy crap. That's better than gay. That ain't gay.
Phyllis
Anyway.
Davis wasn't she? Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't she in that that same show that the
Gay.
wait a minute, was it?
Hang on, I'll find her. Hang on, hang in there, I'll find her.
She was in that show with Robert Urich, Vegas. Wasn't she in that show too with the we talked about the two sisters, the Landers sisters,
The Landers sisters, yeah.
The one Judy Landers was in that show, but so was that chick. I'm almost positive. Maybe I'm mistaken, but
This chick may be hotter than the Landers.
I gotta download this fucking video, man. I gotta figure out how to do that. It's fucking awesome. So sophomore. Anyway, so my story is pretty simple. I decided come probably 91 that I want to become a comic book artist. I was still working at Macy's and stuff, 92, and I went to a couple of local shows. I met Everett Hartso who was a London Night Studios. He had a small table at one of the Greenberg shows at the Pennsylvania Hotel.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, oh wow, this is really good. You want to draw something for me? I'm like, sure. So I said, I have this character and I can do a crossover with your character. I could draw a little story. He's like, sure. So I did that. I had about 12 pages of that. I used that then. That was in late 92. 93, I went to San Diego Comic-Con, got rejected by everybody with those pages, except for Brian Guido asked me. Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I guess you could, because it wasn't a Marvel face. And could I draw like Jim Lee? Someone offered it that they had worked for me if I could copy Jim Lee's style because he thinks I could. I didn't want to do that, and I knew I couldn't do it. And on the plane ride home, even though I was very dejected, and I looked at those pages, that little story I started, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own comic book. I met this guy Brian. He has his own comic. He's in small press. Fuck this. I'm gonna do my own. Fuck these people. And that was in August of 1993. In March of 1994, well, say that was August 1993. Come September of 1993, I've created Crusade Comics, which is Crusade Fine Arts, but that was Crusade Comics.
Which, by the way, 93, 94 were excellent years in comics.
Yeah, they were, man. Yes, they were.
Good old days.
Yeah, I got into previews. We were in previews in December of 1993, and She-Way the Warrior #1 came out in March 1994. I had no idea what I was doing, and I just researched.
And the great thing is, you still don't.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
You haven't learned anything.
That's the best part about comic books, though. I mean, you kind of are the master of your own domain, right? If you don't know something, you can fake it, fake it until you make it. And there's plenty of opportunities to do that. So I know I've said this, Billy, but I've admired you because I've been in that independent thing. But when it got tight, I went back to the mainstream. But
Yeah,
you
when you stop,
stayed.
it's when it got tight for you. So when it got tight for you because you're an image guy, was it when your sales slipped below 200,000 copies a month? Is that
Art
when-
started
Oh my
sweating.
God, the
Oh,
book's
it's all
only selling
over.
195,000. What do we
all
do?
over? Forget it.
All hell's breaking loose. We gotta look for new employment.
Now, I just quickly checked. Phyllis Davis was in Vegas with Robert Urich. So there you go. So we had Judy Landers and Phyllis Davis in that show.
But you want to know, funny, going back to the sales numbers and stuff back then, I remember, Marvel, when I was working on Quasar, that they would say if a book dipped below 100,000, they were like, oof, might have to cancel this.
Yeah. I think it was Jim Lee told me that Todd, they had a meeting. No, Mark Silvestri, they had a meeting, and Mark Silvestri said, if one image book goes below 500,000 copies, we cancel it.
You know, when I was working on that was when the boom was happening, you know, or detail. Yeah. I mean, people were making huge money. And so everybody was always concerned about royalties, but What The was not a royalty book because it was an anthology. It had several people working on it, right? So it's too hard to split everything up. So they paid you rate and a half.
Oh, cool.
So it was great for money up front. So I would do like an 8-page story that I penciled, inked, and wrote. And I'd get
that was like a monthly or a 20-page.
Yeah, it was like really good money for you know, this little short story. But I only did one like once every couple months, so it wasn't like I was doing it every month. But
did you impress Shelley with that? Did she see like 1 month's paycheck? You're like, well, this is what I made this month. It's like, oh my God, this is what he must make every month.
No,
right?
Here's what happened. The first year we were married, I made I got a $28,000 royalty check for working on Amazing Spider-Man 365, the black hologram. I had I redid his origin story in the back, which I penciled and inked.
Wow.
So I got like double royalties on that. I got my and those royalties came a year late because they were newsstand, right? So we were married and I did it the year before, but the royalties showed up. And then on that, we were able to buy a house. But then that same year, I got royalties for all my Spider-Man backup stories, which were funny because they were like $5,000 for each one. And I'm like, this is crap. Where's the big money?
For a backup story. This is garbage.
So that fall, I had done Sludge. And so I got the royalties for Sludge, which was like $6,000 for the first issue. And then in January, I had also done, remember the gold Spider-Man issue where he's fighting Venom on the cover, but it had the gold foil?
Sure.
I did a story in that, which paid me a $13,000 royalty. So within a span of 8 months, I got a royalty check for $28,000, a bunch of $4,000 and $5,000 ones for the Spider-Man backups, a $6,000 one for Sludge #1, and then a $13,000 royalty check for Amazing Spider-Man. And Shelley was like, we're freaking rich. And then it all just right off the cliff, baby.
You know what? I got a similar story. So this is when Pamela and I were dating. And so we're like, where do you want to eat? And so like, we're like just idiot and we didn't have a lot of money. So I was like, well, let's just go to Sizzler. Right. And so we went to Sizzler and I had my mail. I was like, I'm just going to grab my mail on the way over there. Right. So I just had a pile of mail. So we ordered, and I start opening my mail. And so there's one from Marvel and I open it and I'm like, whoa. And then she goes, what? And then I showed her the check. It was an X-Men royalty or what they call them, incentives. Yeah. And so she's like,
all right, how much
was it? 6 figures?
You got to tell us now. It's 30 years.
Was it 6 figures?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So suddenly you're not going to Sizzler anymore, is what you're telling us. You're going to Red Lobster.
No. He's like, it was crazy. It. And the thing is,
road to Outback now.
At least Outback. But the thing is, like, I think, was it a year before you got your incentives? How long did you have to wait?
It was like 9 months.
9 months.
It was almost a year because they had the newsstand sales that had to be factored in, and they had returns and all that kind of stuff. So it took.
So the great thing is, like, you're working for 9 months, so I'm working on not just that X-Men book, but 9 others at, like 9 months.
Right.
And so then, you're kind of making it based on your page rate. So you're not expecting any of this other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like this has changed your life kind of money,
Oh, yeah.
you know? And then it's just like the next month. So it all compounds. And so, yeah, it was a good couple of years, and then, and then Image.
The comics industry decided, hey, let's do something different.
Yeah, all those uppity guys were like, let's leave Marvel because the money isn't good enough.
Wow.
Dude, I didn't get to do any X-Men stuff until like the late 90s, which the market had already crashed. They were in the black leather stuff. So I mean, I got like, I don't know, a $3,000 or $4,000 royalty check on an X-Men issue where you're getting, 6 figures. It was like,
yeah.
What year was that, Aaron? What year was it when you started the X-Men?
It was just before I went to Crossgen, because when my editors got fired and I no longer was going to be the regular X-Men artist, I had to go to Crossgen. So that was right around 2000, probably 1999, 2000.
Okay, that's a little later, because when I came back to Marvel, it was probably late 90s when I started. I left on X-Men, and then I came back and started working on X-Men again, and Thibert was working on it. And I think the royalties were about $5,000. So they had slipped.
No, that's significant slippage from what it was doing in the early 90s, man.
But it was reality check, and I got to see all those guys, humbled, because like Rob and all those guys had big overhead, Jim, even Mark Silvestri in Santa Monica, and they all ran
Mark had an office right near the pier in Santa Monica.
Yeah, it was right near the pier. Yeah, and so they had overhead, and all that craziness. So yeah, would you say Todd did it right? Because Todd kept pretty small. Once he started doing his toys, then all of a sudden he got, but he wasn't like Wildstorm, and he was Homage Studios, whatever. He wasn't like Extreme,
Todd never set up a studio and had guys come in, where he was paying them, No.
And Todd was paying better than anybody else. Like, actually, the few Spawn issues I did, they were double what X-Men royalties were.
Wow, those were the days, man.
Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end, and of course they did abruptly.
I knew they would end, so I didn't get crazy like a lot of those guys did. They got in way over their heads.
Aaron, I see you sharing something.
Yes.
For future show, and I guess on your show, do you have photos of your Crossgen days, the Crossgen offices, and all that stuff?
We got to have stuff floating around someplace, don't we, Andy? I don't know. We didn't have phones.
I've showed a couple. I only have a couple that I've showed before.
Yeah, because we didn't have phones back then that could take pictures, did we?
No one brought in like yucking it up, by the art table.
No, it's probably a good thing there wasn't any of that stuff recorded.
I love those old ones of like the Marvel, like in the 60s and 70s. Those photos that come out. It's like, oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
You see them with their big collars, you know what I mean, and their shooter standing there.
Also, just the level of like, this place is not cool. Like, like we were like, oh, Marvel, the offices, oh, they're so cool, whatever. And then you see these pictures, it just looks like a ghetto, right?
Yeah, well, it was. But it was still cool. It was like your dream, right? All right, Billy, share this. I want you guys
do you want to do some context first, or just share it?
Just share it, and just tell me if you know who the inker is on this.
You're asking me?
That's me.
I don't even know what book.
I know you're asking me who the inker. Me? You're gonna ask who the inker is?
Who inked this? This is me drawing it, but who inked it?
Okay, I'd say Ron Lim.
Oh my God! Now he's just. I even know the name. I even know the title of the book.
Art, do you know who inked this?
Possibly me and Mendoza. Is this the Doom X-Men crossover?
You. Now look at this. Do you guys see Onslaught here in the reflection? Like up here, and like look at his brow. Like there's the eyes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. They were supposed to color that in the reflection, and they didn't do it. And so the whole thing, I put all this effort into kind of making this sort of reflective Onslaught in there. And
did you leave a color note?
I told the editor. So I figured he was.
Well, that's worthless.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Ken,
Who was the editor back then on the?
I don't remember.
See, I
I don't even
why
know who gave me
Stan-
this.
Looking
I
at
can't
this,
remember who gave me this.
yeah, looking at this, I don't know why Stan insisted on Iron Man having a nose for a few issues because he's, look at this.
This is
Doom's got a
Doctor
fine-
Doom.
I know he's got a fine nose. Doctor Doom's got a nose. What does Iron Man need a nose for?
Well,
Iron Man didn't have a nose, did he?
Yeah,
For a little bit he
the
did.
story behind that, right?
Yeah.
How he
Yeah,
got
Iron Man had a nose for a while.
Well, yeah, but he didn't, and then Stan Lee just happenstance in the office. I mean, he wasn't even regularly in there, and he says, "Hey, shouldn't Iron Man have a nose? What happened to his, And so they said, "Oh my gosh, Stan wants to put a nose." So they put a nose on him, and then Stan came in like months later or years later and goes, "Why does Iron Man have a nose?" And so like, "Oh my gosh, take it off." So that's why Iron Man had a nose. Because
I don't even think it was that long. Did it even last a year?
It might not have been, but Stan wasn't like in there regularly when they did that. But he came in and made that comment. And everybody freaked out, so they gave him a nose. And then Stan came in and went, "Why does he have a nose?" And they're like, "Get the nose out."
Oh my God!
Well, this was cool. Art. This was '97, wasn't it? X-Men.
And this is when I came back. When I came back to Marvel, yeah, I was just taking everything I could get. And here's this young hot artist, Aaron Lopresti.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it went down, but they were like, "Hey, Art Thibert's getting this." And went, "Oh, cool!" And it was great. There's a double-page spread in there where Doctor Doom is looking at this pillar of onslaught, like a magician's kind of cloud. It was really cool. So this was the first page. Then it opened to that double-page spread, and then it was just Doctor Doom going back in time and visiting different scenes from X-Men comics. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
A fun issue.
Yeah.
It was an annual, right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of pages.
Yeah. Dusty Abel did the cover, and Michael Golden actually designed the cover, laid it out, and then Dusty Abel drew it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Whatever happened to Dusty?
He's in animation, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, he worked with Dave Roy for a long time. I still think Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
So I still think he's doing that. But
he's unemployed now because animation is dead.
Exactly. Well, I remember Golden. I was talking to Golden when I first met him. He may have got me this job. I can't even remember. Golden might have. And I remember he goes, "What did you think of the cover?" And I go, "I didn't like it too much." He goes, "I designed that." I go, "It's brilliant." I mean, just like an idiot, it's like, why would I? But I just said, I didn't think it was that great. And he's like, "I designed that." And I go, "Well, okay, the design is great." I said, "The execution." He goes, "Dusty Abel's a great artist." I went, "Okay, I can't win this one. I'm sorry I said anything."
You know what, though, Aaron? Like in life, I've realized that guy, that Aaron Lopresti guy, I appreciate more than anybody else. Like that's a great personality trait because that means you're honest. Right, even at the cost of your own your own self and your welfare, you said the truth. That's how you felt, and you said it. And there's something about that I really admire. I like people that are just that honest.
My stupidity.
No, it's honesty. It's kind of a naive honesty.
Yes, it was very naive.
You guys want to see? You guys want to see Art's crowning achievement when he was inking? Go ahead and share my screen. This is his crowning achievement, right there.
Well, I'll be damned.
Remember this job, strong man, or strong guy.
He goes, "Man, my crown! I finally made it."
Is that you or is that Matsuda? Who did the cover?
No, that's me. I drew it. You inked it.
Did you? Because we worked on that before or after, because there was a Matsuda strong guy issue, right?
Maybe Jeff was drawing X Factor, I think.
Yeah, we were working on issue of X, but I thought there was some kind of strong guy thing. Yeah.
No, I did. There was going to be a second issue of this, and I drew it, but it came out in X-Men Unlimited.
What's up with his feet? Why is strong guy's legs so small?
It's cartoonish. Come on, Joey.
Yeah, well, I know strong guy. I know that's how they drew him, but why is this kind of like funny? Like, is it like he's just a big gigantic dude, you know, like, okay.
Yeah.
This was great stuff, Andy.
I remember it. I remember that I never read it, so I didn't get it. I'm like, what is this? So it's like kind of
it was a fun gig. And then the second issue, they just wrapped it into an issue of X-Men Unlimited. So but yeah.
Nice chick.
It was fun stuff. So
the good old days, huh?
Yeah, the good old days. I don't know if you saw the
great
things
stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
Are any of you guys Are any of you guys on the Marvel Method page on Facebook? You got in that group?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Did you see the post that came? Was it today? The one guy posts here. He writes Ferran Delgado, and he says, "Just a warning: whoever flags Ian Pettis's post linking fascism rampant nowadays in the USA with Kirby's Fourth World will be directly banned." So they're basically calling everybody fascist. This guy, he's basically an anti-Trumper type guy. Will be directly banned. I'm saying this because I already kicked some members and had to remove many comments before I deactivated them. And he literally kicked them out of the group.
I saw that, yeah.
In case that the header of the group was not clear enough, fascists are not welcome here. So here's the funny thing is that he's calling other people fascists, this guy, right?
Right.
But if you have a discerning opinion to him, you're kicked out.
Right. So he's
the fascist.
Who's really the fascist? Who's acting like a and then there's this one guy posted, and he's like, I gotta tell you basically what I said, and the same thing. I'm leaving this up so you'll be embarrassed yourself before I kick you out. Like just someone's, trying to say, you have this thing going on the left. These guys are in their rights to do this job, blah, blah, blah. He kicked them. You're a fascist. You're out.
Right.
It's
insane.
It's just
this industry is freaking full of insane people.
It really is. It really fucking is, man.
Yeah.
So he wait a minute. So he's saying that Jack Kirby was secretly a Nazi fascist, is what he's saying?
No. They're Kirby fans. He's a Kirby fan. But if you but some people flag this guy's posts linking fascism. Linking the fascism rampant nowadays. So this guy is saying that the U.S. government is fascist. Trump's a fascist. Everyone who voted for Trump is a Nazi, etc.
Right.
But if you flag that post saying this is not true, then you're kicked out of the group.
Right.
You know what I mean? And banned. You're banned from the group.
Of course.
Just imagine what he could have done without banning somebody. What if he could do what he really wanted to do? And I just found this amazing. So I left the group because I'm like, fuck you guys.
Whatever happened to that? There was a Facebook group on there that, we were all members of. And I think Kelly Jones was in there and some other people. It was kind of like conservative slanted.
Yeah, I started that group, or I was one of the.
Somebody came in and infiltrated it. And,
I said we have it because I belong to another group.
Yeah, I got kicked out of that group.
I was exposed, and I see them talking about our group, and I'm like, we have a mole. Time to shut this group down, guys.
Oh my God, that was years ago.
That was me. They were talking
it
about
was like 8 years ago or so.
Meyer, when they were going to beat up Richard C. Meyer, or Mark Wade was going to beat up Richard C. Meyer, or
Mark
told
Wade
people to punch him. Other people said, if you see Richard C. Meyer, go to the Baltimore Comic-Con. Somebody in the face.
Didn't somebody clock him from behind and he got a black eye or something?
I don't know. I think so.
He did a video about it, I thought, years ago.
And then I'm like, this group is compromised, guys. Someone infiltrated it. Because you start a group, it was like Chuck Dixon, me, Graham, you guys, And then, and next thing I know, I look at the group and there's, half the people I never even heard of.
Right.
So.
Hey, Billy, share this. You were talking about like fascism and stuff. And I
gotta remove mine first. Sorry.
Our dear friend, Graham Nolan's in the chat.
I know.
Hey, Graham. Hello. Where is he?
Graham Nolan in the chat.
I left that Stan Lee hating group. Yep.
Yeah, Graham posted this. So did Julie. And I thought this was really great. It's like a few facts for our friends on the left. Nobody in American government is a Nazi. Donald Trump is not a Nazi. People who support Trump are not Nazis. Repeatedly making this absurd claim does not make it true. Nobody supports fascism. Nobody wants to live in a fascist country. Enforcing the law, even laws which you do not like, is not fascism. Law enforcement who enforce laws which you do not like, are not Gestapo. Donald Trump was democratically elected. He won more votes. One of the main reasons Trump won more votes is that he promised to enforce immigration law. He is now enforcing immigration law. If you are resisting enforcement of immigration law, you are not resisting fascism. You are resisting democracy.
Yeah.
And then the last paragraph says, obstructing law enforcement is not peaceful protest. God bless you. And you cannot create chaos by obstructing law enforcement and then blame law enforcement for the chaos. ICE is operating effectively and without incident everywhere except Minneapolis, everywhere except where the left is trying to cause chaos.
Right. And why are they trying to cause chaos in that particular city?
Wait. Hold on. One more line.
Sorry.
This is it. Stop creating chaos and the chaos will end.
Right.
I know,
They don't want it
great.
to.
I don't know who wrote that, but that's great.
Dan
It's
Lawless
really
is
good,
in that
yeah.
Facebook group. Hey, Dan. Like it's again, and why, and ask ourselves or ask your friends that, why are they not having these violent protests or attacking ICE agents, destroying every car in the parking lot of the local Hyatt hotel because they believe that the ICE agents are staying there, doing all this shit? Why is it only in Minneapolis, Minnesota?
Right.
Why is it not happening in Lakeland, Florida, where they're at? Why is it happening in El Paso, Texas, where it's happening? Why is it only happening there?
Well, because they learned a lot
at
from
the
George
corruption.
Floyd. They could get a lot of power from, doing this.
Well, I think it's also
they're trying to change the narrative of all the corruption of the $9 billion that was stolen from the people of Minnesota. And no one's outraged about that. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know.
I'm outraged about it. Could you imagine? Okay, because I think Trump today said what LA or California owes or have frauded the American taxpayer is like 3 times the amount of Minnesota. I wonder what Gavin Newsom has up his sleeve as far as like trying to change the narrative.
Oh,
well, the thing is, he's going to get a free ride from the press. That's for shit sure.
Yep.
Just the fact that Newsom showed up in Davos last week.
Oh, how
I'm like, and he's trying to be a big shot. And all I could think is, okay, yes, you're a governor of a big state, big economy state, whatever. You're still just a governor, dude. Why are you even here? I know the answer. It's a rhetorical question, but the point is, it's like, I wouldn't take you seriously showing up here because it's plain as day why you're showing up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're not a world player. You're a localized government player. You know,
do you remember
it's a big state, but it's still localized.
No, he does kiss the Chinese butt though, so he is kind of a global player in that regard.
Yes, sir. Well,
I'm sure he's selling all that land in the Palisades to the Chinese right now.
Yeah, really. Yep. Did you see when Biden went overseas and he went to the White House, Gavin Newsom went to the White House. Remember, he's walking out through the Rose Garden. He's like, so how does this look, fellas? How's this look? Of him walking out like he's the fucking president, this arrogant piece of shit, fucking fell upwards. Oh my God. He's purely evil. He is purely evil, man.
Oh, so apparently I'll take the comment as real. Tellum says he's part of the Young WEF Leaders Program. Oh my God. That just sounds embarrassing to be a part of.
Oh my God.
Oh, it sounds more like a club than anything else.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
He gets extra credit, if he's part of this group.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a video you wanted to show earlier. Speaking of Minnesota.
Yeah, hold on, let me grab it. All right, so I found another angle. Let's
Michael Nolan is mates. I'm really missing Crossgen.
Yeah.
My buddy Mike Nolan.
Period. It was a good time for a short period.
It was a real good time.
It was like Camelot.
Like the Kennedys Camelot or Camelot
Here
Camelot?
in Camelot. Well, they both were short periods of time, but
Yeah.
oh, it was a dream I had. And for those of you who have not yet to see Excalibur, gotta see it. Extraordinary.
You talking about
Now
the
this is another angle, I guess, on the whole Minnesota event that happened over the weekend with that.
And the officer that shot him is an 8-year veteran as well.
Well, this is the thing that's annoying me. Like, before I show the video, one, I was talking to a friend of mine about this on the phone, and it's like, I'm really tired of these armchair quarterbacks that are just looking at this video, and it's just like, this is it. It's plain as day. Like, this one to me is more nuanced than that Renee Good chick video was. But at the same time, I still comes down to, and it might sound cold, but it's like, this dude would still be alive if he just stayed home.
Yeah.
Dude,
before you put,
he brought a loaded gun with him.
Right.
yeah.
He was armed and ready to kill somebody. That's why bring
he
a
did
loaded
it.
gun.
And he left his, and as a concealed carry permit holder, when you get your gun license, the first thing they teach you is that there's no more road rage.
Right.
You know, there's no more, I was talking about it last night. There's no more confrontation. You know, sorry, man. You know what I mean? Because this guy went looking for a fight. And apparently there's conflicting things. Either he was fired a few months ago or quit his job because he's acting so crazy. But he was also arrested like last week.
And he got busted ribs from an altercation.
Right.
Well, you know, I was thinking this because people are like, oh, well, you know, we're okay with Rittenhouse. You were, like
right.
You as in, the right.
Right.
And I was like, okay with the gun.
But he wasn't confronting officers. He was
right. Well, the thing is, I was thinking,
officers.
Hold on. What I was thinking is like Rittenhouse went there to protect his friend's dealership, his car dealership. There was already violence that was happening that was against what he believed in, right?
Well, it was against the law.
Right. But I mean, his motives. And so then this new guy, he went to a situation that if he was afraid and he needed to defend himself, like he was so afraid he needed to defend himself and bring a gun, who was he defending himself against? Like Rittenhouse was against the Black Lives Matter guy, against the mob. Who was this guy against, right? Was he against his own people or was he against the Fed? And if you bring a gun and you're going against the Fed or the police or whoever, you're going to lose, period. You're just going to lose. So you can't use that argument that, oh, it's the same as Rittenhouse. It's the same as whatever. It isn't. Well, this guy went with different motivation.
The biggest thing
with a loaded weapon and you assault a federal officer, I don't know what you think is going to happen.
Well, the biggest thing with Rittenhouse too, real quick, is, and there's video footage of it. There's stills, obviously, when the cops come up to Rittenhouse, he literally has his hands up. The gun is strapped across his chest because it was, an AR, not a handgun, but his hands are up. And he's like, I'm right here. Come take me, whatever. I'm surrendering. That's what he was doing. And it's like you said, Art, Rittenhouse went there because cops were not showing up to defend the businesses. So Rittenhouse is like, well, I'm going to go there and defend my friend's business. Whether it's a smart idea or not, that's why he was there.
All right.
This dude was literally going, take the gun out of it that he had concealed. He was literally going to try to prevent federal law enforcement from doing their job.
Right.
Totally different scenario, which is against the law. You can't prevent federal officers. I can't go to a freaking 7-Eleven and if cops are there trying to prevent a robbery, get up in front of the cop's business and be like, dude, get away. I got this, That's against the law.
All of a sudden you're the hero, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, this new guy has something in common with Renee Good. is they both showed bad judgment. Renee Good turned her car into a weapon, and this guy literally brought a weapon, right? And so there was only one way that this was all gonna pan out. Once it's detected that you're using this as a weapon or you have a weapon, that it's not going to play out in your favor at all. So I don't know what these guys are really thinking. The only, like I keep coming back to, I know a few people like this. They really don't understand consequence. They don't understand the real world at all. They don't understand cause and effect. Like they've never been punched before or been in an altercation or an argument, a loud argument or anything like that. So they don't understand this type of stuff. So they think it's going to go one way, but in reality, it was never going to go that way.
Well,
so
look at it like this too. You know, the guy was 37, right?
Old enough to know.
You hear 37, you go, okay, he's old enough to know better. Right. But think about it, 20 years ago, right? Obama got elected in 08. So that's almost 20 years ago. This dude was 19, 18, 19. And he grew up in his whole 20s through this era of like, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody should feel great all the time. You can't do this. You can't, all this social justice crap. And it's like Billy said, have these guys ever gotten into like fights and stuff?
No.
You know?
But even in the past, there were people like this, because I remember like Fabian Nicias, the famous like Mexico fight, where he got punched in the face, his nose got broken. And
what happened? There was a Fabian got in a fight on a Mexico.
Well, it was Panosian. It was
Panosian, Garney.
Yeah, Garney, and they went to Mexico, and they got into some altercation with some Navy guys.
Okay.
And so,
well, Ron Garney and Panosian can take care of themselves. I don't know how Nicieza fits into.
Fabian,
he was there. Yeah, he was just there. So, anyways, I think Jeff was holding this guy and said, "You're gonna calm down. You're gonna calm down." The guy said yes, and as soon as he let him go, he punched Fabian in the face. And so I remember asking Fabian, because I think I was working with him on some X project, and we went out to dinner, and I asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, I've never been in a fight. I've never been punched. I've never had any of those things happen to me." And I was like, whoa, how could that be? You know what I mean? Like my childhood was nothing like that.
I think that's got to be a prerequisite. If you write superhero comics about people getting into fights or films and stuff like that, you got to know how to fight and been in a fight.
But then I had a roommate, John Moore, and so John was like, he was prissy, and so he's accusing me of not cleaning up after myself, blah blah blah. So I go, you show me where I made the mess. He goes, it's in the kitchen, it's in the sink. So we went in there, and I was like, okay, where's this mess? He goes, the sink. Look at all these dishes and stuff. And I go, this is my plate. This is my fork. This is my cup. I go, that's all I own, and a pot to boil water so I can make spaghetti. That's all I own. All these other dishes were his, right? So I'm kind of talking like I am to you guys right now. Like, I'm just like, what the hell, man? Why are you doing this? Yeah. And so as I'm talking to him, a little raised, my voice is raised, he's backing up. He's afraid of me because, I'm a little indignant because I got falsely accused of doing something I didn't do, right? And so he's backing up, and he backed right up to the counter, and he was like he had nowhere to go. So he was like afraid, like, oh my gosh, this is the end. Like, this guy's going to kill me now. And I was like, you've never had anybody raise their voice to you? You've never had anything like this? And he's like, no. I was like, man, you've had a sheltered life, my friend.
Yeah.
Damn, wow. Hey, real quick, I just saw Katie Did's in the thing. I saw Katie. Hey, Katie, how are you? She's saying hi to Randy and Marcus as well.
All right, you want me to play this?
Yeah, play this sucker.
Yeah, please.
All right, I don't have the sound on, so
good. That'll save.
Good. I don't want to hear him scream
I haven't even watched this. So that's the guy.
He's got a camera.
Now watch him give this woman puts this woman in a headlock. This guy. Watch this. Watch what he does here.
Oh, hold on. Let me fast.
Well, the guy he pushed, that was a an agent, right?
Yeah, but then he grabs the woman in a headlock. Watch him.
He's trying to
Well, I'm just saying, as soon as he pushed that
He's yanking
agent
on her fucking head. He doesn't look like he's trying to protect her. To me,
yeah, as soon as he pushed that agent, that was a federal crime.
Yep. Well, he was already interfering with the arrest, so he'd already committed a crime. And then when he pushed the federal agent, that's assaulting. That's up to 8 years in prison just doing that.
Right.
Right. So yeah, this doesn't show the actual shooting thing. So that was an agent to push the woman down.
Oh,
right,
it was the agent.
then,
okay.
And
They told him to get back, and she wouldn't do it. They told her to get back, and she wouldn't do it. And she kept coming forward, so the agent shoved her, and then the guy jumped in the middle of it.
You know, what a shame. And just to say, these opinions are just ours. It doesn't reflect the channel or any. This is our opinions, just in case.
It's like Aaron said. As soon as you put your hands on a federal agent, you cross the line. So this is what I was trying to tell my friend yesterday. I'm like, so the dude puts his hands on a federal agent, right? So at that point, the agent's like, okay. And at that point, the agent has no idea he has a gun because it's concealed. And I also read that he was carrying it concealed in the small of his back.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he was holding it. And so the agent's like, oh, you touched me. That's it. No go. Can't do that. So he tries to, restrain the guy or whatever. And the guy's putting up a fight. And that's when the other agents come over because they're like, oh, shit.
And that's now a resisting arrest, which is his third crime that he committed.
Right. So now they're on top of this guy. And one of the agents saw the gun and pulled it, right? Got it from the guy because he saw it in his back. And
yelled gun.
I'm like, now imagine you're
he had gun and they all backed up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I'm tired of the Monday morning quarterbacks watching this video. So I'm like, dude, you're not there. You're not in this position. So all this stuff's going on. The one agent pulls the dude's gun. And at that point, he's like, gun, right? And then the gun goes off. And apparently this type of gun has done that before, right?
Yeah, that's SIG. That's SIG. There are videos of it that they're all being recalled because of it.
So the gun goes off, and the agent's like, gun. The gun goes off. You don't know if the guy has a gun or not. So at that point, because I was listening to another, this really, I can't remember the lawyer's name, but he's really good on cases like this, whatever, explaining it. And at that point, all the agent has to have is basically the reason of, oh yeah, he might have one to, basically do what he did.
But in more detail, it's not the cop that shot him or the agent that shot him may not have seen that the other cop had pulled the gun.
That's what I'm saying,
and the guy when he was getting up reached towards his belt, and they already said he had a gun, so that's when he shot him, is because he thought he was going for his gun. He didn't realize that the other cop had pulled the gun from the dude.
Right, and that's what I was saying with the melee. It happens so fast. And my friend was like, "Oh yeah, but they should be trained better." And I'm like,
that guy's been on the force for eight years.
The guy's got a loaded gun on him, and he's assaulting an officer. You don't sit around and wait till he kills somebody before you make a decision. You can't.
Well, also, I have to say this: these guys are working in hostile situations. Like Megyn Kelly played some clip, and even she's being annoyed by all the whistles. The whistles. Could you imagine just like you're trying to work on your comic and somebody's blowing a fucking whistle right next to your ear for like 8 hours?
That's the whole point of that, because what that does is that they're agitators. They're looking for violent response.
Right.
So that it's all programmed. It's all part of psychology. It's all written in the books. Those sounds, those high-pitched whistles, the banging, all this right within inches of these agents and law officers, it's to get your blood boiling, get them agitated.
Right.
Which also, to back up, is against the law. All that stuff is against the law. That's disturbing the peace. If local law enforcement was there, none of this shit would be happening.
And that nails it right there. If stupid Mayor Fry and Tim Walz would let the police back them up like they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So the police are there basically keeping all these protesters back and agitators back so the feds can do their job. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's
And-
why that they're responsible for this. Fry
Yep.
and
100%.
small Fry guy and whatchamacallit.
Yeah, they're agitating they're
and
stirring
Walls
this up
are-
and then enabling it to happen.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
the thing that I'm at, and I've said it on this show before, and it's like, okay, we know all this stuff. Now, what are we gonna do? You know, as Americans, as society, you know, like these guys are playing their hand, like Democrats, they're taking it to the street, they're taking action. So then what are we gonna do? What are we doing? Like we're the law and order people, we're the ones that have to go by the law, all these other things. So it's tougher because these guys are just breaking laws. They don't even give a shit.
But see, that's why they target.
What we
areas
need
that
to
no
do-
consequences.
But Art, they're targeting areas where they're known, where they're allowed to do this. They know where the local officials will allow them to do these things.
Right, but I'm not just talking about those people that are taking to the street. I'm talking about the government, the Tim Walz, the Fry. Those guys are actually taking it to the streets. I saw Fry Walz with a bullhorn with one of these crowds. Like, I'm sorry, these are conflicts of interest,
Right.
and this is how I feel about all these officials. When you are so one-sided, okay, you can go, okay, I'm a Democratic this, or I'm a Republican this, right? But you've taken an oath, a pledge to represent all of Minnesota or all of wherever, right?
Yep.
Not just the left and not just the right. So as far as I'm concerned, these guys are committing fraud because they are cashing all the tax checks from the left and the right. So if you're just going to represent half of the people, then you should only get half the people's money. You should not get the Republicans' money or anybody that you're not representing.
Oh yeah.
Because for me, you're not doing your job. You are showing bias and you're causing trouble. So that based on that alone, seems like they should be able to hang these guys out to dry. You know what I mean? Because this is a type of fraud. You are collecting money. You are saying you're representing your whole state, not just a faction of your state. You know, you have what's her name, Nancy Pelosi, saying they're not in line with our values.
Oh.
It's like, fuck, what? You're representing America. You're representing the whole country, Nancy Pelosi. You're not just representing these people. Like, that's scary shit. You know what I mean? That's where the problem is. That's where we need to crack down on this. If somebody talks like that, a politician talks like this, whatever, right there in contempt, you're committing fraud. You're out of here because you can't do that, man.
Well, it's like the judge that you know, when Don Lemon and those other idiots stormed that church, right? And the one judge basically was like, not with all of them, but with like Don Lemon and maybe a couple others, was like, yeah, no, there's nothing here. I'm not letting this go any further. Now, you know, they're still the feds are still pursuing it. And from what I've heard, Don Lemon will get, arrested at some point. And I hope he does. He should. With all the stuff that they have on him from before the incident where he knew he was going to a church. They knew, he was totally part of it. He can't pull that, I was just a journalist that just happened to come.
Yeah,
and go,
exactly.
Oh, what's happening here?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, this fraud thing, it has to be executed. This Somali fraud, all of this daycare stuff, it has to come to a head, and there needs to be some big heads rolling in the street.
What?
And then let's go for California. Let's start cleaning California.
I mean, I just hope when it comes to the fraud stuff, because it's so big, it will move slow, like the process right now, because you're just trying to get all their ducks in a row before they go, okay, here it comes. The one thing, going back to this shooting over the weekend, did you guys hear? I didn't actually hear the Kristi Noem soundbite, but I heard Kash Patel's, where he said that you can't show up at a protest with a gun. concealed carry. And it's like, I like Cash, but he's wrong.
Right.
If you're following the law. Now, this guy wasn't, because he didn't have his concealed permit on him.
Right. Right.
But if that guy just wanted to show up and he was on the side of ICE and he just wanted to be there and he had his concealed permit and he had his concealed weapon with him, that's totally illegal. You know, and you got Christy Noman Patel saying you can't, it's against the law to do that. And
right.
it's like,
and they're wrong.
They're 100% wrong. But, you know, I was listening to another guy today, and it's like whoever gave them, because, you know, they're handed notes, whatever, before they go up and talk. And they read this stuff before they actually said it out loud, and it didn't cue in on either one of them. No, this is legal. They can do this. And they still read it. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, there's certain things that, like Christy Nome, like I like her, but I think she's a bit reactionary, and I think she says things before she speaks, like calling what was it, Renee Good, a domestic terrorist. You know, I think that's a very, very broad term, and it's a little bit it's a little bit over the top. And
well, I mean, she said this dude wanted. She said this dude Pretty showed up to assassinate. You know,
yeah, see those things, like, those are speculative. And the thing is, also, all these people have to do, and what they should do is, like, this is a horrible tragedy. We're looking into it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we will, you know, view the tapes and justice will be served or whatever. Don't speculate, because the thing is, like, we can do that. We're just civilians. We can watch these things and go, well, I think this happened or that happened. But the thing is, these people are accountable. And these people, when they speak, it has ripple effects, you know, because they're authority. And you just can't have people talk like that.
Right.
Well, and on top of that, Art, for the past 4 years under Biden, when they would talk like that, we would all point it out, and they would point it out. So when you now are in power, you can't do the same shit.
Yeah. Two wrongs don't make a right. And I do hold, like, I hold police, I hold people of authority, these people, in a higher regard than just the average Joe. Because you could go, well, they were pissed off, they were angry, they were this, that, and the other thing. That's why they said this, or that's why they did that, or they were very passionate about it. It's like, I don't care. I don't want a knee-jerk, you know, idiot or a knee-jerk person, you know, saying things that can make things worse.
Right.
You know, or at the very least, give the enemy, you know, like you said, Andy, give them any dirt on us. Right. You know, you have to.
They're giving them ammunition, right? But again, this is all part of the game plan, of the battle plan. Agitate, you know, aggravate, disrupt, you know, and then you get the officials frustrated, and you even get the spokespeople, like I said, or the secretaries of the various departments and all, and you know, cabinet members, because of just this. And it all starts with these corrupt politicians, in my opinion, in that state in particular, who got called out and are in deep, deep shit. So this is a major distraction. Again, why is it happening there in Minnesota? And the governor and the mayor, that piece of shit, are allowing it to happen and allowing their citizens to get killed. Right. Because law enforcement should be there to control the crowds, so these officers can do what they're doing. And they're going after fucking, you know, predators, you know, child predators, you know, sexual assaulters.
That's who these people are defending, or trying to keep them getting arrested, or it's just unbelievable.
That's when you know it's not about that. I mean, it really is. It's like we've always said, it always comes back to one thing. It's just like they just want to watch it burn, right? It's like tear the old down so that they can recreate it with this globalism, this socialism, whatever it is. And for the old king, or for the new king to rise, the old must die, right? So they're going to take down the old so that they can rebuild it. The problem with all this stuff is, like, it's like, who's going to rebuild it? You know what I mean? Like,
no plan to rebuild anything, destroy it, right? And it's going to organically form and be perfect.
I know we've been going for a while, but
we've been going for a while.
I gotta bring this up real quick too. Have you guys seen the moves apparently that I can't remember her name, but the new governor of Virginia's making? She's raising taxes.
Oh God, yeah. There's a whole list of it. Like,
oh yeah, all this crap. Like the tax rate is going from like, she wants to take it from like, what is it, 5 now to like 13 or something.
Yeah, she didn't run on that platform, did she?
No. Of course not. Oh my God.
Yeah, James Sanchez says now it looks like somebody threw something at Ilhan Omar at a town hall event.
Oh boy.
So we'll have to see who that. She's fine. She's fine. But
ugh.
But this is all part of their plan. It's all and they have a compliant press that goes along with it as well. That's what makes this all so fucking frustrating.
Well, you look at
go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you look at CBS. You know, that Barry Weiss chick took over CBS, and she's not a right-leaning person at all.
No,
but because she's trying to make CBS, and I don't watch it, but so I'm just going by stuff I've seen online. But because she's trying to make CBS more balanced with both sides, I've seen people posting on Facebook and stuff that are just like, oh, CBS is doing Trump's bidding now.
Yeah. It's like, are you crazy?
Oh my God. The truth now is like a right-wing conspiracy, apparently.
Good Lord.
Wrap this show up, Billy.
Let's wrap it up. All right, guys. Those of us who have campaigns, the links are in the description that are still currently live. Those Aaron and their website, if they don't have a campaign that's live, like Aaron, there's a link to his website. Me, real quick, if I can share something.
Yes.
Deb and I are going on the very exclusive San Diego Comic-Con, The Cruise.
No wonder you're wearing that, whatever you're wearing.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
freezing.
Very snobbish.
I'm very stressed. I'm very stressed. Trust me. I'm so stressed. It's not even funny. This weekend, there's only 1,800 people. I think it's sold out in the first day or something like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and they encourage you to do very exclusive special editions, and we did. If I could find it and open it up,
let's see it.
Hang on a minute. There's my Kofifi. We did a special edition. We're doing. We're launching them tomorrow live. And Deb and I will be going live tomorrow. I'm going to try to stay away from your shows because we're not here Thursday because we're leaving Thursday for the con. But we're doing 2 different covers. She Gatecrasher Pure Line Edition, which is a special black and white edition of the book. With hang on, let me just show the art. Hang on, I'll grab the art. Sorry, guys. Is this it? That's not it. Give me a second. So we're just doing 2 special editions, and a which we call edition 2 metal editions of these books. The metal editions will be the whole book together, but we're having a lot of fun. Andy Smith helped me out with this one. Thank you, Andy, for the ideas and all. You're a mensch. And one of the particular, this is 2 covers together. It's she and Rand sunning themselves on the Lido deck, where Aaron Lopresti can be found when he goes on his annual
leather jacket
with Shelley. But these will be live tomorrow. I think there's 100 of each, if that, or maybe 75 of each. And we're going to put some up on BillyTucci.com, and we'll let you know when we go live with it. So if you guys can't make the cruise, and you want the rarest She Gatecrasher comic that we've ever done, it's going to be this special book for the cruise. So thank you all, and thanks a lot. Another thing, She Gatecrasher, we have 18 pages complete, and I think 15 pages colored of the book that are complete.
Cool.
So it's 42 pages of story and art. We should have up to page 21 done this week. And we're just going through. Our goal is to finish all the art for this book at the end of next month.
Nice.
End of February. So that's where we're going. And thank you all for supporting us. We will be relaunching or opening up She Gatecrasher on Indiegogo. I got to talk to Ethan. I'd like to do it on his show. I'm looking at February 11th, or the 12th, the 12th, the Thursday night on Ethan's show. And please, if you guys haven't gotten the book, please get it. If you're Kickstarter people, it's in demand. It's in open up for late pledges right now, and we are kicking ass with that book. We're closing in on $130,000 total for it so far, and Indiegogo was only open for 23 days. So thank you guys. And RT Bear, what do you got there, Art?
Oh, it's a page I'm working on.
Nice.
Gorgeous, bro. My God, gorgeous. Look at all the love in this book. Look at the work. Holy cow.
It's a nice down shot.
Exceptional down shot.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Aaron Lopresti did an amazing homage to John. Where is to John Bish? I wouldn't say it's an homage to John.
What's Aaron going to
His
show
own
us?
stuff.
Well, if
showing,
we're showing
Sal.
artwork, I mean, this is page 1 for
Hang on.
Ooh.
Page 1 for what? Oh, so your secret project that's coming out?
Barbaric Adventures magazine #1. Will be got to launch very, 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 very soon. The sign up page for it's going to launch sometime, probably in late February. Now, you guys may or may not have seen this, but I bet you guys haven't seen this page 2 layout that
Primal
I'm sorry,
Zone.
that's page 2, you said?
Yep.
Nice.
Dude, it's like you're you're also unleashing your inner Mark Schultz as well in Frazetta.
Yeah.
Rosetta, this is it's all about Frank, baby. So there you go. This is kind of what I'm working on now that Wraith of God 3 is fully shipped out and completed and all done.
Is that a real dinosaur, or did you make that creature up?
That's kind of a plesiosaur, but it's a little bit bigger than a plesiosaur would be. So
Are you going to put feathers on it now that they say dinosaurs had feathers?
That's BS.
Wow. I'm gonna have Walter Simonson on our show in a few weeks.
Yeah, well, Bill Stoughton and Simonson would probably be pissed at me, and same with Mark Schultz if I told him what I really thought about dinosaurs. But
Oh,
there you go.
shit.
That's a Conan I did last night.
That's nice.
That is great.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Well, all
Hey,
right,
guys, go back Lilith.
Back Lilith, which is live on is Kickstarter still live too?
It's still, you can still get Billy's cover on Kickstarter, and it's on Indiegogo. I just sent 5 more pages to the colorist, so
Sweet.
moving.
Excellent. Well, you know what? You guys are awesome. This was a chill stream because of Graham couldn't make it, and Art was having some power outages from the weather, I guess.
Things, yeah.
So we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
So Andy, who's going to take it? Are you going to take it next
No,
week?
it's you, man. It's you.
Okay. All right.
Did you have yours, Andy, though, or did we skip yours?
Yeah, no, I did mine. Not last week. Aaron picked up. Aaron and I basically switched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So Aaron went
I
last week. That's why tonight was supposed to be Art, but you took it. So Art will go next week. And then if it's cool with everybody, Graham would go after that because Billy, you took it tonight.
Yeah, but I'd like to go when I really want to have my show. I thought this was.
I don't care. You can.
You can do whatever
Fine
you
with
want,
me.
Billy. Just don't wear that sweater again without a
Oh,
shirt
come
underneath.
on.
To give every
Without a
it's
shirt
worse.
underneath.
I-
You need a shirt underneath there, and
I have a shirt underneath.
Yeah, but you can't see it, so it looks like you don't have a shirt on.
Fine,
underneath it.
I'll wear it.
Come on,
Shirt
Billy,
underneath.
take off your clothes. Shed your skin.
Oh my God, go back
Aaron
to the
needs to
disco.
do another trivia. He says Aaron, but Aaron needs another dude.
AARON ink on paper. Come on, man, show me some respect. But I will.
It says I am Aaron right on the thing there.
Yeah,
Aaron, you've got like what 3 or 4 weeks before it's your turn again. Get on it.
I will. Okay, I'll do
You
a
got
trivia
nothing
next
better
time.
to do.
I got now that Wraith of God is shipped out. That's one huge thing off my plate. So I have a little bit more flexibility. So I'll do that. My next.
Okay,
post will
Okay,
be trivia.
everybody listening, topic, something for you to look forward to next week. Pros and cons, Watchmen. Did it make or break the industry? Like as far as like moving it forward, like was it a good thing having hindsight now, or was it a bad thing? So I think this will be it'll be interesting because I kind of go back and forth myself. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys think of it. So that's food for thought and something to look forward to next week on Art Thibert's YouTube channel.
There you
Sounds
go.
good. Now we know.
And I have an idea for mine. Mine is going to be, is it time for the bros to let it go and say goodbye? And we'll talk about that when we get to it. So thank you all. I'm going to say goodbye to you right now, and I'll explain it to you. Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. What a great show. And I'm going to say goodbye. So where's our bros end up? Bros outro. Bye.